just start going.
So we're on live
uh,
stream.
Yes, we are live streaming now, and I just need to get the recording started. Resume recording. Hi, I'm Paul Sugarman, and this is the Instant Shakespeare Company, and today we are reading The Lamentable Tragedy of Titus Andronicus, Shakespeare's first tragedy. And most of our company is here. We think one more may be appearing, but let's just introduce ourselves and begin, starting with Angus.
Hi, Angus Hepburn from London, reading Titus himself.
Okay, and Jackie.
Hi, I'm Jackie Margolis from New York City, and I'm reading Saturnius and the Nurse.
Okay, and Jennifer.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Finger in Houston, Texas. I'm reading Lavinia and a number of smaller roles.
And Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm reading, I'm in New York. I'm reading Lucius, Demetrius, Emilius, Nuntius, and Basanius.
Okay, and Jacob.
Hi, my name is Jacob Harris. I'm in Philadelphia, and I will be reading for Aaron the Moor.
Okay, and Christine.
Hi, my name's Christine Grenier. I am in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I will be reading Tamara.
And Marin.
Hello, I'm Marin Sugarman. I'm in New Jersey, and I'll be reading Marcus and the Stage Directions.
Okay, and we possibly may have someone else joining us, Kitty Chen, hopefully. But if not, we just go through because it's instant Shakespeare, and this is the instant, and we just keep on going because this is our 26th season of reading all of Shakespeare's plays every year. And so here, without further ado, and Marin, I just want to give you one warning. Your first sort of stage direction for Marcus is also like his cue line. So that big speech at the beginning is yours. So just letting you know if it's a little unclear. And
the one that follows Enter Marcus Andronicus aloft?
Yes.
That's Marcus's speech?
Yes.
I thought so. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah, I know, just because we work from the first folio, and which gives us many clues, but there are also many sort of traps and confusions with them as well. Just a reminder, when you're in the scene, have your camera and sound on, and turn them off when you're not in the scene. So, and now bring you The Lamentable Tragedy of Titus Andronicus by William Shakespeare.
Actus primus scena prima. Flourish. Enter the tribunes and senators aloft, and then enter Saturninus and his followers at one door, and Bassianus and his followers at the other, with drum and colors.
Noble patricians, patrons of my right, defend the justice of my cause with arms, and countrymen, my loving followers, plead my successive title with your swords. I was the firstborn son, that was the last that wore the imperial diadem of Rome. Then let his father's honors live in me, nor wrong mine age with this indignity.
Romans, friends, followers, favorers of my right, if ever Bassianus, Caesar's son, were gracious in the eyes of royal Rome, keep then this passage to the Capitol, and suffer not dishonor to approach the imperial seat to virtue. Consecrate to justice, continence, and nobility, but let desert in pure election shine, and Romans, fight for freedom in your choice.
Enter Marcus Andronicus, aloft with the crown. Princes that strive by factions and by friends, ambitiously for rule and empery, know that the people of Rome for whom we stand, a special party have by common voice, in election for the Roman empery, chosen Andronicus, surnamed Pius, for many good and great deserts to Rome, A nobler man, a braver warrior, lives not this day within the city walls. He by the Senate is a cited home from weary wars against the barbarous Goths, that with his sons, a terror to our foes, hath yoked a nation strong, trained up in arms. 10 years are spent since first he undertook this cause of Rome, and chastised with arms our enemy's pride. 5 times he hath returned, bleeding to Rome, bearing his valiant sons in coffins from the field. And now at last, laden with honors, spoils, returns the good Andronicus to Rome. Renowned Titus, flourishing in arms, let us entreat by honor of his name, whom worthily you would have now succeed, and in the Capitol and Senate's right, whom you pretend to honor and adore, that you withdraw you and abate your strength, dismiss your followers, and as suitors should plead your deserts in peace and humbleness.
How fair the tribune speaks to calm my thoughts.
Marcus Andronicus, so I do affy in thy uprightness and integrity. And so I love and honor thee and thine, thy noble brother Titus and his sons, and her to whom my thoughts are humbled all, gracious Lavinia, Rome's rich ornament, that I will here dismiss my loving friend, and to my fortunes and the people's favor commit my cause in balance to be weighed.
Soldiers exit.
Friends that have been thus forward in my right, I thank you all, and here dismiss you all, and to the love and favor of my country commit myself, my person, and the cause, Rome, be as just and gracious unto me, as I am confident and kind to thee. Open the gates and let me in.
Bassianus. Tribunes and me.
I'm sorry, I just, what page? We're page 4?
Yes.
Yes.
Tribunes and me, a poor competitor.
Flourish. They go up into the Senate house, enter a captain.
Romans, make way. The good Andronicus, patron of virtue, Rome's best champion, successful in the battles that he fights, with honor and with fortune is returned, from whence he circumscribed with the sword and brought to yoke the enemies of Rome.
Sound, drums and trumpets, and then enter 2 of Titus's sons. After them, 2 men bearing a coffin covered with black. Then 2 other sons after them. After them Titus Andronicus, and then Tamara, the queen of Goths, and her 2 sons, Chiron and Demetrius, with Aaron the Moor, and others, as many as can be. They set down the coffin, and Titus speaks.
You're muted.
Hail, Rome, victorious in thy morning weeds, lo, as the bark that hath discharged his fraught returns with precious lading to the bay, from whence at first she weighed her anchorage. Cometh Andronicus, bound with laurel boughs, to resalute his country with his tears, tears of true joy for his return to Rome. Thou great defender of this capital, stand gracious to the rights that we intend. Remains of 25 valiant son, half of the number that King Priam had. Behold, the poor remains, alive and dead. These that survive let Rome reward with love. These that I bring unto their latest home with burial among their ancestors. Here Goths have given me leave to sheath my sword. Titus, unkind and careless of thine own, why sufferest thou thy sons unburied yet to hover on the dreadful shore of Styx? Make way to lay them by their brethren.
They open the tomb.
There greet in silence as the dead are wont, and sleep in peace, slain in your country's wars. O sacred receptacle of my joys, sweet cell of virtue and nobility, how many sons of mine hast thou in store that thou wilt never render to me more?
Give us the proudest prisoner of the Goths, that we may hew his limbs, and on a pile ad manus fratrum sacrifice his flesh. Before this earthly prison of their bones, that so the shadows be not unappeased, nor we disturbed with prodigies on earth.
I give him you, the noblest that survives, the eldest son of this distressed queen.
Stay, Roman brethren, gracious conqueror, victorious Titus, rue the tears I shed, a mother's tears and passion for her son. And if thy sons were ever dear to thee, oh, think my sons to be as dear to me. Sufficeth not that we are brought to Rome to beautify thy triumphs and return captive to thee and thy Roman yoke, but must my sons be slaughtered in the streets for valiant doings in their country's cause? Oh, if I fight for king and commonweal, where piety in thine, it is in these. Andronicus, stain not thy tomb with blood. Wilt thou draw near to the nature of the gods? Draw near them then in being merciful. Sweet mercy is nobility's true badge. Thrice noble Titus, spare my firstborn son.
Patient yourself, madam, and pardon me. These are the brethren whom you Goths behold, alive and dead, and for their brethren slain, religiously they ask a sacrifice. To this your son is marked, and die he must, to appease the groaning shadows that are gone.
Away with him, and make a fire straight, and with our swords upon a pile of wood, let's hew his limbs till they be clean consumed.
Exit sons with Alarbus.
Oh, cruel, irreligious piety.
Was ever Scythia half so barbarous?
Oppose me, Scythia, to ambitious Rome. Alarbus goes to rest, and we survive, to tremble under Titus' threatening looks. Then, madam, stand resolved, but hope withal. The selfsame gods that armed the queen of Troy, with opportunity of sharp revenge upon the Thracian tyrant in his tent, may favor Tamara, the queen of Goths, when Goths were Goths, and Tamara was queen, to quit the bloody wrongs upon her foes.
Enter the sons of Andronicus again.
See, Lord and Father, how we have performed our Roman rites. Alarbus' limbs are lopped, and entrails feed the sacrificing fire. Whole smoke like incense doth perfume the sky. Remaineth naught but to inter our brethren, and with load alarms welcome them to Rome.
Let it be so, and let Andronicus make this his last farewell to their souls.
Flourish. Then sound trumpets and lay the coffins in the tomb.
In peace and honor rest you here, my sons, Rome's readiest companions. Repose you here in rest, secure from worldly chances and mishaps. Here lurks no treason, here no envy swells, here grow no damned grudges, here are no storms, no noise, but silence and eternal sleep. In peace and honor rest you here, my sons.
Enter Lavinia.
In peace and honor live Lord Titus long. My noble lord and father, live in fame. Lo, at this tomb my tributary tears I render for my brethren obsequies. And at thy feet I kneel, with tears of joy shed on the earth for thy return to Rome. Oh, bless me here with thy victorious hand, whose fortune Rome's best citizens applaud.
Kind Rome, that hast thus lovingly reserved the cordial of mine age to glad my heart, Lavinia, live, outlive thy father's days, and fame's eternal date for virtue's praise.
Long live Lord Titus, my beloved brother, gracious triumpher in the eyes of Rome.
Thanks, gentle tribune, noble brother Marcus.
And welcome, nephews from successful wars, that you survive and you that sleep in fame. Fair lords, your fortunes are all alike in all, that in your country's service drew your swords. But safer triumph is this funeral pomp, that hath aspired to Solon's happiness, and triumphs over chance and honor's bed. Titus Andronicus, the people of Rome, whose friend in justice thou hast ever been, Send thee by me their tribune and their trust, this parliament of white and spotless hue, and name thee in election for the empire. With these our late deceased emperor's sons, be candidatus then, and put it on, and help to set a head on headless Rome.
A better head her glorious body fits than his that shakes for age and feebleness. What, should I don this robe and trouble you, be chosen with proclamations today, tomorrow yield up rule, resign my life, and set abroad new business for you all? Rome, I have been thy soldier 40 years, and led my country's strength successfully, and buried 21 valiant sons, knighted in field, slain manfully in arms, in right and service of their noble country. Give me a staff of honour for mine age, and not a sceptre to control the world. Upright he held it, lords, that held it last.
Titus, thou shalt obtain and ask the empery.
Proud and ambitious tribune, canst thou tell?
Patience, Prince Saturninus.
Romans, do me right. Patriots, draw your swords and sheathe them not to Saturninus, be Rome's emperor. Andronicus, would thou wert shipped to hell rather than rob me of the people's hearts.
Proud Saturnine, interrupter of the good that noble-minded Titus means to thee.
Content thee, Prince. I will restore to thee the people's hearts and wean them from themselves.
Andronicus, I do not flatter thee, but honor thee, and will do till I die. My faction, if thou strengthen with my friend, I will most thankful be, and thanks to men of noble minds is honorable meed.
People of Rome and noble tribunes here, I ask your voices and your suffrages. Will you bestow them friendly on Andronicus?
To gratify the good Andronicus and gratulate his safe return to Rome, the people will accept whom he admits.
Tribunes, I thank you. And this sure I make, that you create your emperor's eldest son, Lord Saturnine, whose virtues will, I hope, reflect on Rome as Titan's rays on earth, and ripen justice in this common weal. Then if you will elect by my advice, crown him and say, Long live our emperor.
With voices and applause of every sort, patricians and plebeians we create Lord Saturninus, Rome's great emperor, and say, Long live our emperor Saturnine. A long flourish till they come down.
Titus, Andronicus, for thy favours done to us in our election this day, I give thee thanks in part of thy deserts, and will with deeds to requite thy gentleness, and for an onset, Titus, to advance thy name and honorable family, Lavinia will I make my empress, Rome's royal mistress, mistress of my heart, and in the sacred Pathon, her espouse. Tell me, Andronicus, doth this motion please thee?
It doth, my worthy lord, and in this match I hold me highly honoured of your grace, and here in sight of Rome to Saturnine, king and commander of our common weal, the wide world's emperor, I do consecrate my sword, my chariot, and my prisoners, presents well worthy Rome's imperial lord. Receive them then, the tribute that I owe, mine honour's ensigns humbled at my feet.
Thanks, noble Titus, father of my life, how proud I am of thee, and of thy gifts Rome shall record. And when I do forget the least of these unspeakable deserts, Romans, forget your fealty to me.
Now, madam, are you prisoner to an emperor, to him that for your honour and your state will use you nobly and your followers?
O goodly lady, trust me of the hue that I would choose, were I to choose a new, clear-up fair queen, that cloudy countenance, though chance of war hath wrought this change of cheer. Thou comest not to be made a scorn in Rome, princely shall be thy usage every way. Rest on my word, and let not discontent daunt o'er your hopes. Madam, he comforts you, can make you greater than the Queen of Goths. Lavinia, you're not displeased with this.
Not I, my lord. 'Tis true nobility warrants these words in princely courtesy.
Thanks, sweet Lavinia. Romans, let us go. Ransomless here we set our prisoners free. Proclaim our honors, Lord, with trump and drum.
Lord Titus, by your leave, this maid is mine.
Oh, sir, are you in earnest then, my lord?
I, noble Titus, and resolved withal to do myself this reason and this right.
Suum cui quam is our Roman justice. This prince in justice seizeth but his own.
And that he will and shall, if Lucius live.
Traitors avaunt! Where is the emperor's guard? Treason, my lord. Lavinia is surprised.
Surprised by whom?
By him that justly may bear his betrothed from all the world away.
Brothers, help to convey her hence away, and with my sword I'll keep this door safe.
Follow, my lord, and I'll soon bring her back.
My lord, you pass not here.
What villain boy bears me my way in Rome?
Help, Lucius, help!
He kills him.
My lord, you are unjust, and more than so. In wrongful quarrel you have slain your son.
Nor thou, nor he, nor any are any sons of mine. My sons would never so dishonor me. Traitor, restore Lavinia to the emperor.
Dead if you will, but not to be his wife. That is another's lawful promised love.
Enter aloft the emperor with Tamara and 2 of her sons and Aaron the Moor.
No, Titus, no. The emperor needs her not. Nor her, nor thee, nor any of thy stock. I'll trust by leisure him that mocks me once, thee never, nor thy treacherous, haughty sons. Traitorous, haughty sons, confederates all. Thus to dishonor me was none in Rome to make us stale, but Saturnine. Full well, Andronicus, agree these deeds with that proud brag of thine, that saidest, I beg the emperor of thy hands.
Oh, monstrous! What reproachful words are these?
But go thy ways. Go, give that changing peace to him that flourished for her with his sword. A valiant son-in-law thou shalt enjoy, one fit to bandy with thy lawless sons, to ruffle in the commonwealth of Rome.
These words are razors to my wounded heart.
And therefore, lovely Tamara, queen of Goths, that like the stately Thebes amongst her nymphs, doth overshine the gallant dames of Rome, if thou be pleased with this my sudden choice, behold, I choose thee, Tamara, for my bride, and will create thee Empress of Rome. Speak, Queen of Goth, dost thou applaud my choice? And here I swear by all the Roman gods, since priest and holy water are so near, and tapers burn so bright, and everything in readiness for Hymenaeus stand, I will not resalute the streets of Rome or climb my palace, till from forth this place I lead a spouse my bride along with me.
And here in sight of heaven to Rome I swear, if Saturnine advance the queen of the Goths, she will a handmaid be to his desires, a loving nurse, and a mother to his youth.
Ascend, fair queen. Pathian lords, accompany your noble emperor and his lovely bride, sent by the heavens for Prince Saturnian, whose wisdom hath her fortune conquered. There shall we consummate our spousal rites.
Exeunt omnes.
I am not bid to wait upon this bride. Titus, when wert thou wont to walk alone, dishonor doesn't challenge it of wrongs.
Enter Marcus and Titus' sons. O Titus, see, oh, see what thou hast done. In a bad quarrel slain a virtuous son.
No, foolish tribune, no. No son of mine, nor now thou, nor these confederates in the deed that hath dishonored all our family, unworthy brother and unworthy sons.
But let us give him burial as becomes. Give Mutius burial with our brethren.
Traitors away! He rests not in this tomb. This monument 500 years hath stood, which I have sumptuously re-edified. Here none but soldiers and Rome's servitors repose in fame, none basely slain in brawls. Bury him where you can, he comes not here.
My lord, this is impiety in you. My nephew Mutius' deeds do plead for him. He must be buried with his brethren. Titus' 2 sons speak. And shall, or him we will accompany.
And shall? What villain was it spake that word?
He that would vouched it in place but here.
What, would you bury him in my despite?
No, noble Titus, but entreat of thee, to pardon Mutius, and to bury him.
Marcus, even thou hast spoke upon my crest, and with these boys mine honour thou hast wounded. My foes, I do repute you every one, so trouble me no more, and get you gone.
He is not himself, let us withdraw. Not I, till Mutius' bones be buried. Brother, for in that name doth nature plead. Father, and in that name doth nature speak.
Speak thou no more, if all the rest will speed.
Renowned Titus, more than half my soul.
Dear Father, soul and substance of us all,
Suffer thy brother Marcus to inter his noble nephew here in virtue's nest, that died in honor and Lavinia's cause. Thou art a Roman, be not barbarous. The Greeks upon advice did bury Ajax, that slew himself, and Laertes' son did graciously plead for his funerals. Let not young Mutius then, that was thy joy, be barred his entrance here.
Rise, Marcus, rise. The dismalest day is this that e'er I saw, to be dishonoured by my sons in Rome. We'll bury him, and bury me the next.
They put him in the tomb.
there lie thy bones, sweet Mutius, with thy, till we with trophies do adorn thy tomb.
They all kneel and say,
No man
shed tears for noble Mutius.
He lives
in fame that died in virtue's cause. They exit. My lord, to step out of these sudden dumps, how comes it that the subtle queen of Goths is of a sudden thus advanced in Rome?
I know not, Marcus, but I know it is, whether by device or no, the heavens can tell. Is she not then beholding to the man that brought her for this high good fortune so far? Yes, and will nobly him remunerate.
Flourish, emperor, enter the emperor Tamara and her 2 sons with the Moor, and one at one door. Enter at the other door Bassianus and Lavinia with others.
So, Bassianus, you have plied your prize. God give you joy, sir, of your gallant bride.
And you of yours, my lord. I say no more, nor wish no less, and so I take my leave.
Traitor, if Rome have law, or we have power, thou and thy fraction shall repent this rape.
Rape call you it, my lord, to cease my own, my true beloved, betrothed love, and now my wife? But let the laws of Rome determine all. Meanwhile, I am possessed of that is mine.
'Tis good, sir, you are very short with us, but if we live, we'll be as sharp with you.
My lord, what I have done as best I may, answer I must, and shall do with my life. Only thus much I give your grace to know. By all the duties that I owe to Rome, this noble gentleman, Lord Titus here, is, in my opinion and in honor, wronged, that in the rescue of Lavinia, with his own hand, did slay his youngest son, in zeal to you, and highly moved to wrath, to be controlled, and that he frankly gave. Receive him then to favor Saturnine, that hath expressed himself in all his deeds, a father and a friend to thee and Rome.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Oh, shit. Am I?
You're good now.
Okay. Prince Bassianus, leave to plead my deeds. 'Tis thou and those that have dishonored me. Rome and the righteous heavens be my judge how I have loved and honored Saturnine.
My worthy lord, if ever Tamra were gracious in those princely eyes of thine, then hear me speak indifferently for all, and at my sweet pardon what is past.
What, madam, be dishonored openly and basely put it up without revenge?
Not so, my lord. The gods of Rome forfend I should be author to dishonor you. But on mine honor dare I undertake for good Lord Titus innocence and all, whose fury not dissembled speaks his griefs, then at my sweet look graciously on him. Lose not so noble a friend in vain suppose, nor with sour looks afflict his gentle heart. My lord, be ruled in me. Be one at last. Dissemble all your griefs and discontents. You are but newly planted in your throne. Least then the people and the patricians too, upon a just survey, take Titus' part, and so supplant us for ingratitude, which Rome reputes to be a heinous sin. Yield at entreats, and then let me alone. I'll find a day to massacre them all, and race their faction and their family, to cruel father and his traitorous sons, to whom I sued for my dear son's life, and make them know what it is to let a queen kneel in the streets and beg for grace in vain. Come, come, sweet emperor, come Andronicus, take up this good old man and cheer the heart that dies in tempest of thy angry frown.
Rise, Titus, rise. My empress hath prevailed.
I thank your majesty, and her, my lord. These words, these looks, infuse new life in me.
Titus, I am incorporate in Rome, a Roman now adopted happily, and must advise the emperor for his good. This day all quarrels die, Andronicus, and let it be mine honor, good my lord, that I have reconciled your friends and you. For you, Prince Bassianus, I have passed my word and promise to the emperor that you will be more mild and tractable, and fear not lords. And you, Lavinia, by my advice all humbled on your knees, shall ask pardon of his majesty.
We do, and vow to heaven and to his highness that what we did was mildly as we might, tendering our sister's honor and our own. That on mine honor here I do protest.
Away and talk not, trouble us no more.
Nay, nay, sweet emperor, we must all be friends. The tribune and his nephews kneel for grace. I will not be denied. Sweetheart, look back.
Marcus, for thy sake and thy brothers here, and at my lovely Tamara's entreats, I do remit these young men's heinous faults. Stand up, Lavinia. Though you left me like a churl, I found a friend, and sure as death I swear I would not part a bachelor from the priest. Come, if the emperor's court can feast two brides, you are my guest, Lavinia, and your friends. This day shall be a love day tomorrow.
Tomorrow, and it please your majesty to hunt the panther and the hart with me, with horn and hound. We'll give your grace bonjour.
Oh, be it so, Titus, and gramercy too.
Exeunt. Actus secunda. Flourish. Enter Aaron alone.
Now climbeth Tamara Olympus' top, safe out of fortune's shot, and sits aloft, secure of thunder's crack or lightning flash, advanced about pale envy's threatening reach. as when the golden sun salutes the morn, and having gilt the ocean with his beams, gallops the zodiac in his glistering coach, and overlooks the highest peering hills. So Tamara, upon her wit, doth earthly honor wait, and virtue stops, and trembles at her frown. Then Aaron, arm thy heart, and fit thy thoughts to mount aloft with thy imperial mistress, and mount her pitch, whom thou in triumph long hast prisoner held, fettered in amorous chains, and faster bound to Aaron's charming eyes, than in Prometheus tied to Cascas. Away with slavish weeds and idle thoughts, I will bring bright and shine in pearl and gold to wait upon this new made empress. To wait, said I, to wanton with this queen, this goddess, this cemetery, this queen, this siren, that will charm Rome's Saturn, and see his shipwreck and his common wheels. Hello, what storm is this?
Enter Chiron and Demetrius, braving.
Chiron, thy years wants wit, thy wit wants edge, and manners to intrude where I am graced, and may for aught thou know'st affected be.
Demetrius, thou dost overween in awe, and so in this, to bear me down with braves, 'tis not the difference of a year or two makes me less gracious or thee more fortunate. I am as able and as fit as thou to serve and to deserve my mistress' grace, and that my sword upon thee shall approve and plead my passions for Lavinia's love.
Clubs, clubs, these lovers will not keep the peace.
Why, boy, although our mother, unadvised, gave you a dancing rapier by your side, are you so desperate grown to threat your friends? Go to, have your lath glued within your sheath, till you know better how to handle it.
Meanwhile, sir, with the little skill I have, full well shalt thou perceive how much I dare.
Aye, boy, grow ye so brave?
They draw.
Why, how now, lords? So near the emperor's palace, dare you draw, and maintain such a quarrel openly? Full well I wot, the ground of all this grudge I would not for 1,000,000 of gold. The cause were known to them it most concerns, nor would your noble mother for much more be so dishonored in the court of Rome. For shame put it up.
Not I, till I have sheathed my rapier in his bosom, and withal thrust these reproachful speeches down his throat, that he hath breathed in my dishonor here.
For that I am prepared, and full resolved, foul-spoken coward, that thunderous with thy tongue, and with thy weapon nothing darest perform.
Away, I say. Now, by the gods that warlike Goths adore, this pretty brabble will undo us all. Why, lords, and think you not how dangerous it is to set upon a prince's right? What is Lavinia then become so loose, or Basinius so degenerate, that for her love such quarrels may be broached? Without controlment, justice, or revenge, young lords beware. And should the empress know this discord ground, the music would not please.
I care not. I knew she in all the world. I love Lavinia more than all the world.
Youngling, learn thou to make some meaner choice. Lavinia is thine elder brother's hope.
Why are ye mad? Or now ye not in Rome? How furious and impatient they be, and cannot baroque competitors in love? I tell you, lords, you do but plot your deaths by this device.
Aaron, 1,000 deaths would I propose to achieve her whom I do love.
To achieve her? How?
Why mak'st thou it so strange? She is a woman, therefore may be wooed. She is a woman, therefore may be won. She is Lavinia, therefore must be loved. What man more water glideth by the mill than wots the miller of? And easy it is of a cut loaf to steal a shive we know. Though Bassianus be the emperor's brother, better than he have worn Vulcan's badge.
Aye, and as good as the Saturnius may.
Then why should he despair that knows to with words, fair looks, and liberality? What hast not thou full often struck a doe, and borne her cleanly by the keeper's nose?
Why then it seems some certain snatch or so would serve your turns.
Aye, so the turn were served.
Aaron, thou hast hit it.
Would you had hit it too? Then should not we be tired with this ado? Why, hark ye, and as you such fools to swear for this? Would it offend you then?
Faith, not me.
Nor me, so I were one.
For shame be friends, and join, for that you jar. 'Tis policy and stratagem must doe, that you affect, and so must you resolve, that what you cannot as you would achieve, you must perforce accomplish as you may. Take this of me, Lacerine, was not more chaste than this Lavinia, Bassianus' love. A speedier course this lingering languishment must we pursue. And I have found the path. My lords, a solemn hunting is in hand. There will be the lovely Roman lady troops. The forest walks is wide and spacious, and in many unfrequent plots there are, fitted by kind for rape and villainy. Sink you thither, then this dainty doe, and strike her home by force, if not by words. This way, or not at all, stand you in hope. Come, our empress with her sacred wit, to villainy and vengeance consecrate. Will we acquaint with all that we intend? And she shall file our engines with advice that will not suffer you to square yourselves, but to your wishes height advance you both. The emperor's court is like the house of fame, the palace full of tongues, of eyes, of ears. The woods are ruthless, dreadful, death, and dull. There speak and strike, brave boys. Take your turns. There serve your lusts, shadowed from heaven's eye, and revel in Lavinia's treasury.
Thy counsel, lad, smells of no cowardice.
Sit fos aut nefas, till I find the streams to cool this heat, a charm to calm their fits. Vestigia per manis veor.
Exeunt. Enter Titus Andronicus and his 3 sons, making a noise with hounds and horns, and Marcus.
The hand is up. The morn is bright and grey, the fields are fragrant and the woods are green. Uncouple here and let us make a bay, and wake the emperor and his lovely bride, and rouse the prince, and ring a hunter's peal, that all the court may echo with the noise. Sons, let it be your charge, as it is ours, to attend the emperor's person carefully. I have been troubled in my sleep this night, but dawning day new comfort hath inspired.
Wind, hounds, horns in a peal. Then enter Saturninus, Tamara, Bassianus, Lavinia, Chiron, Demetrius, and their attendants.
Many good morrows to your majesty. Madam, to you as many and as good. I promised your grace a hunter's peal.
And you have rung it lustily, my lords, somewhat too early for new married ladies.
Lavinia, how say you?
I say no. I have been away 2 hours and more.
Come on then, horse and chariots, let us have into our sport. Madam, now shall ye see our Roman hunting.
I have dogs, my lord. Will rouse the proudest panther in the chase and climb the highest promontory top.
And I have horse will follow where the game makes way and runs like swallows o'er the plain.
Chiron, we hunt not we, with horse nor hound, but hope to pluck a dainty doe to ground.
Exeunt. Enter Aaron alone.
He that had wit would think that I had none, who bury so much gold under a tree, and never after to inherit it. Let him that thinks of me so abjectly know that this god must coin a stratagem, which cunningly effected will beget a very excellent piece of villainy, and so repose sweet gold for their unrest, that have their alms out of the emperor's chest.
Enter Tamra to the moor.
My lovely Aaron, wherefore lookest thou sad, when everything doth make a gleeful boast? The birds chant melody on every bush, the snake lies rolled in the cheerful sun, the green leaves quiver with cooling wind, and make a checkered shadow on the ground. Under the sweet shade, Aaron, let us sit, and whilst the babbling echo mocked the hounds, replying shrilly to the well-toned horns, as if a double hunt were heard at once, let us sit down and mark their yelping noise. And after conflict, such as was supposed, the wandering prince and Dido once enjoyed, then with a happy storm they were surprised, and curtained with a council keeping cave. We may each wreathed in our other's arms, our pastimes done, possess a golden slumber, whilst hounds and horns and sweet melodious birds be unto us, as is a nurse's song of lullaby to bring her babe asleep.
Madame, though Venus govern your desire, Saturn is dominator over mine. What signifies my deadly standing eye, my silence and my cloudy melancholy, my fleece of woolly hair that now uncurls, even as the adder when she doth unrow to do some fatal execution? No, madame, there are no virile signs. Vengeance is in my heart, death in my hand, blood and revenge are hammering in my head. Hark, Tamara, the empress of my soul, which never hopes more heaven than rests in thee. This is the day of doom of Basanias. His Philomen must loose her tongue today. Thy sons make pillage of her chastity, and wash their hands in Basinius' blood. Seest this letter, take it up, I pray thee, and give the king this fatal plotted scowl. Now question me no more, we are espied. Here comes a parcel of our hopeful booty, which dreads not, yet there lives destruction.
Enter Bassianus and Lavinia.
Ah, my sweet Moor, sweeter to me than life.
No more, great empress. Basinius comes, be cross with him, and I'll go fetch thy sons to take back thy quarrel, what so eerie they be.
Whom have we here? Rome is royal empress, unfurnished of our well-seeming troop? Or is it Diane habited like her, who hath abandoned her holy groves to see the general hunting in this forest?
Saucy controller of our private steps, had I the power that some say Dian had, thy temples should be planted presently, with horns as was Actaeon's, and the hounds should drive upon his new transformed limbs, unmannerly intruder as thou art.
Under your patience, gentle empress, 'tis thought you have a goodly gift in horning, and to be doubted, that your Moor and you are singled forth to try experiments. Jove shielded your husband from his hounds today. 'Tis pity they should take him for a stag.
Believe me, Queen, your swarth Cimmerian doth make your honor of his body's hue, spotted, detested, and abominable. Why are you sequestered from all your train? Dismounted from your snow-white goodly steed, and wandered hither to an obscure plot, accompanied with a barbarous Moor, if foul desire had not conducted you.
And being intercepted in your sport, great reason that my noble lord be rated for sauciness. I pray you let us hence, and let her joy her raven-colored love. This valley fits the purpose passing well.
The king, my brother, shall have notice of this.
Aye, for these slips have made him noted long, good king, to be so mightily abused.
Why I have patience to endure all this.
Enter Chiron and Demetrius.
Enter Chiron and Demetrius.
How now, dear sovereign, and our gracious mother? Why doth your highness look so pale and wan?
Have I not reason to think you to look pale? These two have ticed me hither to this place. A barren, detested vale you see it is. The trees, though summer, yet forlorn and lean, o'ercomed with moss and baleful mistletoe. Here never shines the sun. Here nothing breeds, unless the nightly owl or fatal raven. And when they showed me this abhorred pit, they told me here at dead time of the night 1,000 fiends, 1,000 hissing snakes, 10,000 swelling toads, as many urchins would make such fearful and confused cries as any mortal body hearing it should straight fall mad or else die suddenly. No sooner had they told this hellish tale, but straight they told me they would bind me here unto the body of a dismal ewe, and leave me to this miserable death. And then they called me foul adulteress, lascivious Goth, and all the bitterest terms that e'er did hear to such effect. And had you not by wondrous fortune come, this vengeance on me had they executed. Revenge it as to your mother's life, or be ye not henceforth called my children.
This is a witness that I am thy son.
Stabs him.
And this for me, struck home to show my strength. I come, Semiramis, nay, barbarous Tamara, for no name fits thy nature but thy own.
Give me thy poniard. You shall know, my boys, your mother's hand shall right your mother's wrong.
Stay, madam. Here is more belongs to her. First thrash the corn, then after burn the straw. This minion stood upon her chastity, upon her nuptial vow, her loyalty. And with that painted hope, braves your mightiness, and shall she carry this unto her grave?
And if she do, I would I were a eunuch, drag hence her husband to some secret hole, and make his dead trunk pillow to our lust.
But when ye have the honey we desire, let not this wasp outlive us both to sting.
I warrant you, madam, we will make that sure. Come, mistress, now perforce we will enjoy that nice preserved honesty of yours. O Tamara, thou bearest a woman face.
I will not hear her speak. Away with her.
Sweet lords, entreat her, hear me, but a word.
Listen, fair madam. Let it be your glory to see your tears, but be your heart to them, as unrelenting flint to drops of rain.
When did the tiger's young ones teach the dam? Oh, do not learn her wrath, she taught it thee. The milk thou suckest from her did turn to marble. Even at thy teat thou hast thy tyranny. Yet every mother breeds not sons alike. Do thou entreat her show a woman pity? What, wouldst thou have me prove myself a bastard? 'Tis true, the raven doth not hatch a lark. Yet have I heard, oh, could I find it now, the lion moved with pity, did endure to have his princely paws pared all away. Some say that ravens foster forlorn children, the whilst our own birds famish in their nests. Oh, be to me thy hard heart say no, nothing so kind, but something pitiful.
I know not what it means. Away with her.
Oh, let me teach thee for my father's sake, that gave thee life when well he might have slain thee. Be not obdurate, open thy deaf ears.
Hadst thou in person ne'er offended me. Even for his sake am I pitiless. Remember, boys, I poured forth tears in vain to save your brother from the sacrifice, but fierce Andronicus would not relent. Therefore away with her, and use her as your will. The worse to her, the better loved of me.
O Tamra, be called a gentle queen, and with thine own hands kill me in this place. For 'tis not life that I have begged so long, poor I was slain when Bassanio's died.
What beggest thou then? Fond woman, let me go.
'Tis present death I beg, and one thing more, that womanhood denies my tongue to tell. Oh, keep me from their worse than killing lust, and tumble me into some loathsome pit, where never man's eye may behold my body. Do this and be a charitable murderer.
So should I rob my sweet sons of their fee? No, let them satisfy their lust on thee.
Away, for thou hast stayed here too long.
No grace, no womanhood? Ah, beastly creature, the blot and enemy to our general name. Confusion fall. Nay, then I'll stop your mouth. Bring thou our husband. This is the hole where Aaron bid us hide him.
Farewell, my sons. See that you make her sure. Ne'er let my heart know merry cheer indeed, till all the Andronici be made away. Now will I hence to seek my lovely Moor, and let my spleenful sons this trull deflower.
Exit. Enter Aaron with two of Titus' sons.
Come on, my lords. The better foot before, straight will I bring you to the loathsome pit, where I espies the panther fast asleep.
My sight is very dull, whate'er it bodes.
And mine, I promise you, were it not for shame, well could I leave our sport to sleep a while.
What, art thou fallen? What subtle hole is this, whose mouth is covered with rude and growing briars, upon whose leaves are drops of new shed blood, as fresh as morning's dew distilled on flowers? A very fatal place, it seems to me. Speak, brother, hast thou hurt thee with the fall?
Oh, brother, with the dismalst object that ever eye was sight made heart lament.
Now I will fetch the king to find them here, that he hereby may have a likely geese. How these were they that made away his brother.
Exit Aaron.
Why does that not come from me and help me out from this unhallowed and blood-stained hole?
I am surprised with an uncouth fear, a chilling sweat o'erruns my trembling joints. My heart suspects more than mine eye can see.
To prove thou hast a true divining heart, Aaron and thou look down into this den and see a fearful sight of blood and death.
Aaron is gone, and my compassionate heart will not permit mine eyes once to behold the thing whereat it trembles by surmise. Oh, tell me how it is, for ne'er till now was I a child to fear I know not what.
Well, Lord Bassanio lies in brood here, all in a heap like to the slaughtered lamb, in this detested, dark, blood-drinking pit.
If it be dark, how dost thou know 'tis he?
Upon his bloody finger he doth wear a precious ring that lightens all the whole, which like a taper in some monument doth shine upon the dead man's earthly cheeks, and shows the ragged entrails of the pit. So pale did shine the moon on Pyramus when he by night lay bathed in maiden blood. O brother, help me with thy fainting hand. If fear hath made thee faint, as me it hath, out of this fell devouring receptacle, as hateful as Ossida's misty mouth.
Reach me thy hand that I may help thee out. Or, wanting strength to do thee so much good, I may be plucked into the swallowing womb of this deep pit, Poor Bassianus' grave, I have no strength to pluck thee to the brink.
Nor I no strength to climb without thy help.
Thy hand once more I will not lose again, till thou art here aloft or I below. Thou canst not come to me, I come to thee. They both fall in. Enter the Emperor and Aaron the Moor.
Along with me, I'll see what hole is here, and what he is that now is leapt into it. Say, who art thou that lately didst descend into this gaping hollow of the earth?
The unhappy son of old Andronicus, brought hither in a most unlucky hour to find thy brother Bassianus dead.
My brother dead? I know thou dost but jest. He and his lady both are at the lodge upon the north side of this pleasant chase. 'Tis not an hour since I left him there.
We know not where you left him all alive, but at alas, here we have found him dead.
Enter Tamara, Andronicus, and Lucius.
Where is my lord the king?
Here tomorrow, though grieved with killing grief.
Where is thy brother Basanius?
Now to the bottom dost thou search my wound. Poor Basanius here lies murdered.
Then all too late I bring this fatal writ, the complot of this timeless tragedy, and wonder greatly that man's face can fold in pleasing smiles such murderous tyranny.
She giveth Saturnine a letter. Saturninus reads the letter.
And if we miss to meet him handsomely, sweet huntsman, Basanius 'tis we mean. Do thou so much as dig the grave for him, thou knowest our meaning. Look for thy reward among the nettles as the elder tree, which overshades the mouth of that same pit which we decreed to bury Basanius. Do this and purchase us thy lasting friends. Oh, tomorrow was ever heard the like. This is the pit and this is the elder tree. Look, sirs, if you can find the huntsman's out that should have murdered Basanius here.
My gracious lord, here is the bag of gold.
Two of thy whelps, fell curs of bloody kind, have here bereft my brother of his life. Sirs, drag them from the pit unto the prison. There let them bide until we have devised some never heard of torturing pain for them.
What are they in this pit? A wondrous thing, how easily murder is discovered.
Titania?
You're mooted.
High Emperor, upon my feeble knee I beg this boon with tears not lightly shed, that this fell fault of my accursed sons, accursed if the faults be proved in them.
If it be proved, you see it is apparent. Who found this letter, Tamara? Was it you?
Andronicus himself did take it up.
I did, my lord. Yet let me be their bail, for by my father's reverent tomb I vow they shall be ready at your highness' will to answer their suspicion with their lives.
Thou shalt not bail them. See thou follow me. Some bring the murdered bodies, some the murderers. Let them not speak a word, the guilt is plain. For my soul, were there worse end than death, that end upon them should be executed.
Andronicus, I will entreat the king. Fear not thy sons, they shall do well enough.
Come, Lucius, come. Stay not to talk with them.
Exeunt. Sena Quartus. Enter the Empress' sons with Lavinia, her hands cut off and her tongue cut out and ravished.
So now go tell me, and if thy tongue can speak, who 'twas that cut thy tongue and ravished thee.
Write down thy mind, bewray thy meaning so, and if thy stumps will let thee play the scribe.
See how with signs and tokens she can scowl.
Go home, call for sweet water, wash thy hands.
She hath no tongue to call, nor hands to wash. And so let's leave her here to her silent walks.
And for my cause, I should go hang myself.
If thou hast hands to help thee knit the cord.
Exeunt. Wind horns. Enter Marcus from hunting to Lavinia. Who is this, my niece that flies away so fast? Cousin, a word, where is your husband? If I do dream, would all my wealth would wake me. If I do wake, some planet strike me down, that I may slumber in eternal sleep. Speak, gentle niece, what stern, ungentle hands hath lopped and hewed and made thy body bare of her two branches, those sweet ornaments, whose circling shadows kings have sought to sleep in, and might not gain so great a happiness as half thy love. Why dost thou not speak to me? Alas, a crimson river of warm blood, like to a bubbling fountain stirred with wind, doth rise and fall between thy rosed lips, coming and going with thy honey breath. But sure some Tereus hath deflowered thee, and least thou shouldst detect them cut thy tongue. Ah, now turn'st away thy face for shame, and notwithstanding all this loss of blood, as from a conduit with their issuing spouts, yet do thy cheeks look red as Titan's face, blushing to be encountered with a cloud. Shall I speak for thee? Shall I say 'tis so? Oh, that I knew thy heart and knew the beast, that I might rail at him to ease my mind. Sorrow concealed like an oven stopped doth burn the heart to cinders where it is. Fair Philomela, she but lost her tongue, and in a tedious sampler sowed her mind. But lovely niece, that mean is cut from thee. A craftier Tereus hast thou met withal, and he hath cut those pretty fingers off, that could have better sewed than Philomel. Oh, had the monster seen those lily hands tremble like aspen leaves upon a lute, and to make the silken strings delight to kiss them, he would not then have touched them for his life. Or had he heard the heavenly harmony which that sweet tongue hath made, he would have dropped his knife and fell asleep as Cerberus at the Thracian poet's feet. Come, let us go and make thy father blind, for such a sight will blind a father's eye. 1 hour's storm will drown the fragrant meads. What will whole months of tears thy father's eyes? Do not draw back, for we will mourn with thee. Oh, could our mourning ease thy misery. Exeunt. Actus Tertius. Enter the judges and senators with Titus, 2 sons bound, passing on the stage to the place of execution, and Titus going before pleading.
Hear me, grave fathers, noble tribunes, stay, for pity of mine age, whose youth was spent in dangerous wars, whilst you securely slept. For all my blood in Rome's great quarrel shed, for all the frosty nights that I have watched, and for these bitter tears which now you see filling the aged wrinkles of my cheeks, be pitiful in my condemned sons, whose souls is not corrupted as we thought. For 22 sons I never wept, because they died in honour's lofty bed. For these tribunes in the dust I write, my heart's deep languor and my soul's sad tears. Let my tears staunch the earth's dry appetite. My son's sweet blood will make it shame and blush. O earth, I will befriend thee more with rain that shall distill from these 2 ancient ruins than youthful April shall with all its showers in summer's drought. I'll drop upon thee still in winter with warm tears. I'll melt the snow and keep eternal springtime on thy face, so thou refuse to drink my dear son's blood.
Enter Lucius with his weapon drawn.
O reverend tributes, O gentle aged men, unbind my sons, reverse the doom of death, and let me say that never wept before, my tears are now prevailing orators.
O noble father, you lament in vain. The tribunes hear not, no man is by, and you recount your sorrows to a stone.
Ah, Lucius, for thy brothers let me plead. grave tribunes, once more I entreat of you.
My gracious lord, no tribune hears you speak.
Why, 'tis no matter, man. If they did hear, they would not mark me. Oh, if they did hear, they would not pity me. Therefore I tell my sorrow's bootles to the stones, who, though they cannot answer my distress, yet in some sort they are better than the tribunes, for that they will not intercept my tale when I do weep. They humbly at my feet receive my tears, and seem to weep with me. And were they but attired in grave weeds, Rome could afford no tribune like to these. A stone is as soft wax, tribunes more hard than stones. A stone is silent and offendeth not, and tribunes with their tongues doom men to death. But wherefore standst thou with thy weapon drawn?
Rescue my 2 brothers from their death, for which attempt the judges have pronounced my everlasting doom of banishment.
Oh, happy man, they have befriended thee. Why, foolish Lucius, dost thou not perceive that Rome is but a wilderness of tigers? Tigers must prey, and Rome affords no prey, but me and mine. How happy art thou then from these devourers to be banished? But who comes with our brother Marcus here?
Enter Marcus and Lavinia. Titus, prepare thy noble eyes to weep, or if not so, thy noble heart to break. I bring consuming sorrow to thine age.
Will it consume me? Well, let me see it then.
This was thy daughter.
Why, Marcus, so she is.
Me, this object kills me.
Faint-hearted boy, arise, and look upon her. Speak, Lavinia. What accursed hand hath made thee handless in thy father's sight? What fool hath added water to the sea, or brought a faggot to bright burning Troy? My grief was at the height before thou camest, and now like Nilus it disdaineth bounds. Give me a sword, I'll chop off my hands too, for they have fought for Rome, and all in vain, and they have nursed this woe in feeding life. In bootless prayer they have been held up, and they have served me to effectless use. Now all the service I require of them is that the one will help to cut the other. 'Tis well, Lavinia, that thou hast no hands, for hands to do Rome's service is but vain.
Speak, gentle sister, who hath martyred thee?
Oh, that delightful engine of her thoughts, that blabbed them with such pleasing eloquence, is torn from forth that pretty hollow cage, where, like a sweet melodious bird, it sung, sweet varied notes enchanting every ear.
Oh, say thou for her, who hath done this deed?
Oh, thus I found her straying in the park, seeking to hide herself as doth the deer that hath received some unrecurring wound.
It was my dear, and he that wounded her hath hurt me more than had he killed me dead. For now I stand as one upon a rock, environed with a wilderness of sea, who marks the waxing tide grow wave by wave, expecting ever when some envious surge will in his brinish bowels swallow him. This way to death my wretched sons are gone. Here stands my other son, a banished man, and here my brother weeping at my woes. But that which gives my soul the greatest spurn is dear Lavinia, dearer than my soul. Had I but seen thy picture in this plight, it would have madded me. What shall I do? Now I behold thy lively body so. Thou hast no hands to wipe away thy tears, nor tongue to tell me who hath martyred thee. Thy husband, he is dead, and for his death thy brothers are condemned, and dead by this. Look, Marcus. Oh, son Lucius, look on her. When I did name her brothers, then fresh tears stood on her cheeks, as doth the honey dew upon a gathered lily almost withered.
Perchance she weeps because they killed her husband. Perchance because she knows him innocent.
If they did kill thy husband, then be joyful, because the law hath ta'en revenge on them. No, no, they would not do so foul a deed. Witness the sorrow that their sister makes. Oh, gentle Lavinia, let me kiss thy lips, or make some signs how I may do thee ease. Shall thy good uncle and thy brother Lucius and thou and I sit round about some fountain, looking all downwards to behold our cheeks, how they are stained in meadows not dried, with miry slime left on them by a flood? And in the fountain shall we gaze so long till the fresh taste be taken from that clearness, and made a brine pit with our bitter tears. Or shall we cut away our hands like thine? Or shall we bite our tongues, and in dumb shows pass the remainder of our hateful days? What shall we do? Let us that have our tongues plot some device of further miseries to make us wondered at in time to come.
Sweet father, cease your tears, for at your grief see how my wretched sister sobs and weeps.
Patience, dear niece. Good Titus, dry thine eyes.
Oh, Marcus, Marcus, brother, well I wot thy napkin cannot drink a tear of mine, for thou, poor man, hast drowned it with thine own.
Ah, my Lavinia, I will wipe thy cheeks.
Mark, Marcus, mark. I understand her signs. Had she a tongue to speak now, would she say that to her brother, which I said to thee, his napkin with her true tears all bewet can do no service on her sorrowful cheeks. Oh, what a sympathy of woe is this, as far from help as limbo is from bliss.
Enter Aaron the Moor, alone.
Titus Andronicus, my lord the emperor, sends thee this word, that if thou loves thy sons, let Marcus and Lucius, or thy old self Titus, or any one of you, chop off your hand, and send it to the king. He for the same will send thee hither both thy sons alive, and that shall be the ransom of their fault.
Oh, gentle, gracious emperor, oh, gentle Aaron, did ever Saint Raven sing so like an lark that gives sweet tidings of the sun's uprise? With all my heart I'll send the emperor my hand. Good Aaron, wilt thou help to chop it off?
Nay, father, for that noble hand of thine, that hath thrown down so many enemies, shall not be sent. My hand will serve the turn. My youth can better spare my blood than you, and therefore mine shall save my brothers' lives.
Which of your hands hath not defended Rome and reared aloft the bloody battle axe, writing destruction on the enemy's castle? Oh, none of both but are of high desert. My hand hath been but idle. Let it serve to ransom my two nephews from their death. Then have I kept it to a worthy end.
Nay, come, agree. Whose hand shall go along for fear they die before their parting come?
My hand shall go.
By heaven, it shall not go.
Sirs, strive no more. Such withered herbs as these are meet for plucking up, and therefore mine.
Sweet father, if I shall be thought thy son, let me redeem my brothers both from death.
And for our father's sake and mother's care, now let me show a brother's love to thee.
Agree between you, I will spare my hand.
Then I'll go fetch an axe.
But I will use the axe.
Come
Excellent.
hither, Aaron, I'll deceive them both. Lend me thy hand, and I will give thee mine.
If that be cowardly deceit, I will be honest, and never whilst I will live deceived men so. But I'll deceive you in another sort. and that you'll say ere half an hour pass.
He cuts off Titus' hand. Enter Lucius and Marcus again.
Now, stay your grief. What shall be is dispatched. Good Aaron, give his majesty my hand. Tell him it was a hand that warded him from 1,000 dangers. Bid him bury it. More hath it merited. That let it have. As for my sons, I say account of them as jewels purchased at an easy price, and yet dear too, because I bought mine own.
I go, Andronicus, and for thy hand look by and by to have thy sons with thee. Their heads I mean. Oh, how this villainy doth fatten me with the very thoughts of it. Let fools do good, and fair men call for grace. Aaron will have his soul black like his face.
Oh, here I
Exit.
lift this one hand up to heaven, and bow this feeble ruin to the earth. If any power pities wretched tears, to that I call. What wilt thou kneel with me? Do then, dear heart, for heaven shall hear our prayers, or with our sighs we'll brave the welkin dim, and stain the sun with fog, as sometimes clouds, when they do hug him in their melting bosoms.
Oh, brother, speak with possibilities, and do not break into these deep extremes.
Is not my sorrow deep, having no bottom? Then be my passions bottomless with them.
But yet let reason govern thy lament.
If there were reason for these miseries, then unto limits could I bind my woes. When heaven doth weep, doth not the earth o'erflow? If the winds rage, doth not the sea wax mad, threatening the welkin with his big swollen face? And wilt thou have a reason for this coil? I am the sea. Hark how her sighs do flow. She is the weeping welkin, I the earth. Then must my sea be moved with her sighs. Then must by earth with her continual tears become a deluge, overflowed and drowned. For why, my bowels cannot hide her woes, but like a drunkard must I vomit them. Then give me leave, for Lucius will have leave to ease their stomachs with their bitter tongues.
Enter a messenger with 2 heads and a hand. Is that you, Kitty?
I'll read it. I wasn't assigned it. Worthy Andronicus, ill art thou repaid. With that good hand thou sent'st the emperor. Here are the heads of thy 2 noble sons, and here is thy hand in scorn to thee sent back. Thy griefs, their sports, thy resolution mocked. That woe is me to think upon thy woes, more than remembrance of my father's death.
Exit. Now let hot Etna cool in Sicily, and be my heart an ever-burning hell. These miseries are more than may be borne. To weep with them that weep does ease some deal, but sorrow flouted at is double death.
Ah, that this sight should make so deep a wound, and yet detested life not shrink thereat. That ever death should let life bear his name, where life hath no more interest but to breathe.
Alas, poor heart that kisses comfortless as frozen water to a starved snake.
When will this fearful slumber have an end?
Now farewell flattery, die Andronicus. Thou dost not slumber, see thy 2 sons' heads, thy warlike hands, thy mangled daughter here, thy other banished sons with this dear sight, struck pale and bloodless, and thy brother I, even like a stony image, cold and numb. And now no more will I control my griefs. Rent off thy silver hair, thy other hand, gnawing with thy teeth, and be this dismal sight the closing up of our most wretched eyes. Now is a time to storm. Why art thou still? Why dost thou laugh? It fits not with this hour.
Why, I have not another tear to shed. Besides, this sorrow is an enemy and would usurp upon my watery eyes and make them blind with tributary tears. Then which way shall I find revenge's cave? For these two heads do seem to speak to me and threat me. I shall never come to bliss till all these mischiefs be returned again, even in their throats that have committed them. Come, let me see what task I have to do. You heavy people, circle me about, that I may turn me to each one of you and swear unto my soul to right your wrongs. Vow is made. Come, brother, take a head, and in this hand the other I will bear. And Lavinia, thou shalt be employed in these things. Bear thou my hand, sweet wench, between thy teeth. As for thee, boy, go get thee from my sight. Thou art an exile, and thou must not stay. Hie to the Goths, and raid an army there. And if you love me as I think you do, let's kiss and part, for we have much to do.
Exeunt. Manet Lucius.
Farewell, Andronicus, my noble father, the woefulest man that ever lived in Rome. Farewell, proud Rome, till Lucius come again. He loves his pledges dearer than his life. Farewell, Lavinia, my noble sister. O would thou wert as thou tofore hast been. But now, nor Lucius nor Lavinia lives, but in oblivion and hateful griefs. If Lucius live, he will requite your wrongs, and make proud Saturnine and his empress, beg at the gates like Tarquin and his queen. Now will I to the Goths, and raise a power to be revenged on Rome and Saturnine.
Exit Lucius. Actus tertia, scena secunda, a banquet. Enter Andronicus, Marcus, Lavinia, and the boy.
So, now sit and look you eat no more, then we'll preserve just so much strength in us as will revenge these bitter woes of ours. Marcus, revenge these bitter woe. Marcus, unknit that sorrow wreathen knot. Thy niece and I, poor creatures, want our hands, and cannot passionate our tenfold grief with folded arms. This poor right hand of mine is left to tyrannize upon my breast, who, when my heart, all mad with misery, beats in this hollow prison of my flesh, thus I thump it down. Thou map of woe, that thus doth talk in signs, when my poor heart beats with rageous beating. Thou canst not strike it thus to make it still? Wounded with sighing, girl, kill it with groans, or get some little knife between thy teeth, and just against thy heart make thou a hole, that all the tears that thou poor eyes let fall may run into that sink, and soaking in drown the lamenting fool in sea salt tears.
Fie, brother, fie. Teach her not thus to lay such violent hands upon her tender life.
Oh, no! Hath sorrow made thee dote already? Why, Marcus, no man should be mad but I. What violent hands can she lay on her life? Wherefore dost thou urge the name of hands, to bid Aeneas tell the tale twice o'er, how Troy was burnt, and he made miserable? Oh, handle not the theme to talk of hands, lest we remember still that we have none. Fie, how frantically I square my talk, as if we should forget we had no hands. If Marcus did not name the word of hands, come, let's fall to, and gentle girl, eat this. Here is no drink? Hark, Marcus, what she says. I can interpret all her martyred signs. She says she drinks no other drink but tears, brewed with her sorrow, meshed upon her cheeks. Speechless complainer, I will learn thy thought in thy dumb action. I will be as perfect as begging hermits in their holy prayers. Thou shalt not sigh, nor hold thy stumps to heaven, nor wink, nor nod, nor kneel, nor make a sign, but I of these will wrest an alphabet, and by still practice learn to know thy meaning.
Grandsire, leave these bitter deep laments. Make my aunt merry with some pleasing tale.
Alas, the tender boy in passion moved doth weep to see his grandsire's heaviness.
Peace, tender sapling, thou art made of tears, and tears will quickly melt thy life away.
Marcus strikes the dish with a knife.
What dost thou strike at, Marcus, with a knife?
At that I have killed, my lord, a fly.
Out on the murderer, thou kill'st my heart. Mine eyes cloyed with view of tyranny. A deed of death done on the innocent becomes not Titus' brother. Get thee gone. I see thou art not for my company.
Alas, my lord, I have but killed a fly.
But how? If that fly had a father and mother, how would he hang his slender gilded wings and buzz lamenting doings in the air? Poor harmless fly, that with his pretty buzzing melody came here to make us merry, and thou hast killed him.
Pardon me, sir. It was a black ill-favored fly, like to the empress more. Therefore I killed him.
Oh, then pardon me for reprehending thee, for thou hast done a charitable deed. Give me thy knife, I will insult on him, flattering myself as if it were the Moor. Come hither purposely to poison me. There's for thyself, and that's for Tamara. Ah, sirrah, yet I think we are not brought so low that between us we can kill a fly that comes in likeness of a coal-black Moor.
Alas, poor man, grief has so wrought him, he takes false shadows for true substances.
Come, take away. Lavinia, go with me. Out to thy closet and go read with these sad stories, chanced in the times of old. Come, boy, and go with me. Thy sight is young, and thou shalt read when mine begin to dazzle.
Exeunt. Actus Quartus. Enter young Lucius, Lavinia running after him, and the boy flies from her with his books under his arm. Enter Titus and Marcus.
Help, Grandsire, help! My Aunt Lavinia follows me everywhere. I know not why. Good Uncle Marcus, see how swift she comes. Alas, sweet aunt, I know not what you mean.
Stand by me, Lucius. Do not faint, do not fear thy aunt.
She loves thee, boy, too well to do thee harm.
Aye, when my father was in Rome she did.
What means my niece Lavinia by these signs?
Fear not, Lucius. Somewhat doth she mean. See, Lucius, see, how much she makes of thee. Some whether she would have thee go with her. Ah, boy, Cornelia never with more care read to her sons than she hath read to thee sweet poetry and Tully's orator. Canst thou not guess wherefore she plies thee thus?
My lord, I know not. I, nor can I guess, unless some fit or frenzy do possess her. For I have heard my grandsire say full oft, extremity of griefs would make men mad. And I have read that Hecuba of Troy ran mad with sorrow. That made me to fear, although my lord, I know my noble aunt, loves me as dear as ere my mother did, and would not but in fury fright my youth, which made me down to throw my books, and fly causeless perhaps. But pardon me, sweet aunt, and madam, if my uncle Marcus go, I will most willingly attend your ladyship.
Lucius, I will.
Oh, now, Lavinia. Marcus, what means this? Some book there is that she desires to see. Which is it, girlie, of these? Open them, boy. Ah, but thou art deeper read and better skilled. Come and take choice of all my library, and so beguile thy sorrow till the heavens reveal the damned contriver of this deed. What book? Why lifts she up her arms in sequence thus?
I think she means that there was more than one. I, confederate in the fact, I more there was, or else to heaven she heaves them up to, they heave them to the revenge.
Lucius, what book is he that tosses show?
Grandsire, 'tis Ovid's Metamorphosis. My mother gave it me.
For love of her that's gone. Perhaps she culled it from among the rest.
Soft. So busily she turns the leaves. Help her, what would she find? Lavinia, shall I read? Ah, this is the tragic tale of Philomel, and treats of Tereus' treason and his rape. And rape, I fear, was root of thine annoy.
See, brother, see, note how she quotes the leaves.
Lavinia, wert thou thus surprised, sweet girl? Ravished and wronged as Philomela was? Forced in the ruthless, vast and gloomy woods? See, see, aye, such a place there is where we did hunt. Oh, had we never hunted there, patterned by that the poet here describes, by nature made for murders and for rapes.
Oh, why should nature build so foul a den, unless the gods delight in tragedies?
Give signs, sweet girl, for here are none but friends. What Roman lord it was does do the deed, or slunk? Not Saturnine as Tarquinius that left the camp to sin in Lucrece' bed.
Sit down, sweet niece. Brother, sit down by me. Apollo, Pallas, Jove, or Mercury, inspire me that I may this treason find. My lord, look here, Lavinia. He writes his name with his staff and guides it with feet and mouth. This sandy plot is plain. Guide thou, if thou canst, this after me. I have writ my name, without the help of any hand at all. Cursed be that heart that forced us to that shift. Write thou, good niece, and here display at last what God will have discovered for revenge. Heaven guide thy pen to print thy sorrows plain, that we may know the traitors and the truth. She takes the staff in her mouth and guides it with her stumps and writes.
Oh, do ye read, my lord, what she had writ? Stuprum, Chiron, Demetrius?
What, the lustful sons of Tamara, performers of this heinous bloody deed?
Magni dominator Polly, tam lentus audis sclera, tam lentus vides.
Oh, come thee, gentle lord, although I know there is enough written upon this earth to stir a mutiny in the mildest thoughts and arm the minds of infants to exclaims, my lord, kneel down with me. Lavinia, kneel. And kneel, sweet boy, the Roman Hector's hope, and swear with me as with the woeful fear, and father of that chaste dishonored dame, Lord Junius Brutus, swear for Lucretia rape, that we will prosecute by good advice mortal revenge upon these traitorous Goths, and see their blood or die with this reproach.
Sure enough, and you knew how, but if you hunt these bear whelps, then beware, the dam will wake, and if she wind you once, she's with the lion deeply still in league, and lulls him whilst she playeth on her back, and when he sleeps will she do what she list. You are a young huntsman, Marcus, let it alone. And come, I will go get a leaf of brass, and with a gad of steel will write these words and lay it by. The angry northern wind will blow these sands like Sibyl's leaves abroad. Where's your lesson then? Boy, what say you?
I say, my lord, that if I were a man, their mother's bedchamber should not be safe for these bad bondmen to the yoke of Rome.
Aye, that's my boy. Thy father hath full oft, for his ungrateful country, done the like. That's the boy and uncle.
And uncle, so will I, and if I live.
Come, go with me into mine armory. Lucius, I'll fit thee, and with all my boy shall carry me to the empress' sons, presents that I intend to send them both. Come, thou do thy message, wilt thou not?
Aye, with my dagger in their bosoms, grandsire.
Nay, boy, not so. I'll teach thee another course. Lavinia, come. Marcus, look to my house. Lucius and I'll go brave it at the court. Ay, marry will we, sir, and we'll be waited on.
Exeunt. Oh, heavens, can you hear a good man groan, and not relent or not compassion him? Marcus, attend him in his ecstasy, that hath more scars of sorrow in his heart than foemen's marks upon his battered shield, but yet so just that he will not revenge the heavens for old Andronicus. Exit. Enter Aaron, Chiron, and Demetrius at one door, and at another door young Lucius and another with a bundle of weapons and verses writ upon them.
Demetrius, here's the son of Lucius. He had some message to deliver us.
Aye, some mad message from his mad grandfather.
My lords, with all the humbleness I may, I greet your honors from Andronicus, and pray the Roman gods confound you both.
Gramercy, lovely Lucius. What's the news?
For villainies marked with rape. May it please you, my grandsire well advised hath sent by me the goodliest weapons of his armory to gratify your honorable youth, the hope of Rome, for so he bade me say. And so I do, and with his gifts present your lordships whenever you have need. You may be armed and appointed well, and so I leave you both like bloody villains.
Exit.
What's here? A scroll, and written round about? Let's see. Integer vitae celerisque puris non egit mari jaculus nec arcus.
Oh, 'tis a verse in Horace. I know it well. I read it in the grammar long ago.
A verse in Horace. Right, you have it. Now what a thing it is to be an ass. Here's no sound jest. The old man hath found their guilt, and sends the weapons wrapped about with lines that wound beyond their feeling to the quick. But were our witty empress well afoot, she would applaud Andronicus' conceit. But let her rest in her unrest a while, for now, young lords, was not a happy star led us to Rome strangers, and more than so, captives, to be advanced to this height? It did me good before the palace gate to brave the tribune in his brother's hearing.
But me more good, to see so great a lord basely insinuate, and to send us gifts.
Had he not reason, Lord Demetrius? Did you not use his daughter very friendly?
I would we had 1,000 Roman dames at such a bay, by turn to serve our lust.
A charitable wish and full of love.
Here lacks but your mother for to say, Amen.
And that would she for 20,000 more.
Come, let us go, and pray to all the gods for our beloved mother in her pains.
Pray to the devils. The gods have given us over.
Flourish.
Why do the emperor's trumpets flourish thus?
Belike for joy, the emperor hath a son.
Soft, who comes here?
Enter a nurse with a blackamoor child.
Good morrow, lords. Oh, tell me, did you see Aaron the Moor?
Well, more or less, or near a whit at all. Here Aaron is, and what with Aaron now?
Oh, gentle Aaron, we are all undone. No help or woe betide thee evermore.
Why? What a caterwauling dost thou keep? What dost thou wrap and fumble in thine arms?
Oh, that which I would hide from heaven's eye, our empress's shame and stately Rome's disgrace. She is delivered, lords. Oh, she is delivered.
To whom?
I mean, she is brought to bed.
Will God give her good rest? What hath he sent her?
A devil.
Why then she is in the devil's dam, a joyful issue.
A joyless, dismal, black, and sorrowful issue. Here is the babe, as loathsome as a toad, amongst the fairest breeders of our clime. The emperor sends it thee, thy stamp, thy seal, and bids thee christen it with thy dagger's point.
Out with you, whore. Is black so base a hue? Sweet blouse, you are a beauteous bosom sure.
Villain, what hast thou done?
That which thou canst not undone.
Thou hast undone our mother.
And therein, hellish dog, thou hast undone, woe to her chance, and damned her loathed choice. Curse the offspring of so foul a fiend.
It shall not live.
It shall not live. It shall not die.
Aaron, it must. The mother wills it so.
What? Must it, nurse? Then let no man but I do execution on my blood, flesh and blood.
I'll broach the tadpole on my rapier's point. Nurse, give it me. My sword shall soon dispatch it.
Sooner this sword shall plow thy bowels up. Say, murderous villains, will you kill your brother? Now, by the burning tapers of the sky that shone so brightly when this boy was got, he dies upon my scimitar's sharp point, that touches this my firstborn soon and ere. I tell you, younglings, not Enceladus, with all his threatening band of typhoons brode, nor great Alcides, nor the god of war shall seize this prey out of his father's hands. What? Ye sanguine, shallow-hearted boys, ye white-limbed walls, ye ale-house-painted signs, coal-black is better than another hue, in that it scorns to bear another hue, for all the water in the earth can never turn the swan's black legs to white, although she lave them hourly in the flood. Tell the empress from me I am out of age to keep mine own. Excuse it how she can.
Wilt thou betray thy noble mistress thus?
My mistress is my mistress. This is myself. The vigor and the picture of my youth. This before all the world do I prefer. This mower, all the world will I keep safe, or some of you shall smoke for it in Rome.
By this our mother is forever shamed.
Rome will despise her for this foul escape.
The emperor in his rage will doom her death.
I blush to think upon this ignominy.
Why? There's the privilege your beauty bears. Fie, treacherous you, that will betray with blushing the clothes and acts and the counsels of the heart. Here's a young lad framed of another leer. Look how the black slave smiles upon the father. As who should say, old lad, I am thine own. He is your brother, lords, sensibly fed of that self-blood that first gave life to you. And from that womb where you imprisoned were, he is enfranchised and come to life. Nay, he is your brother by the sure side, although my seal be stamped in his face.
Aaron, what shall I say unto the empress?
Advise thee, Aaron, what is to be done, and we will all subscribe to thy advice. Save thou the child, so we may all be safe.
Then sit we down, and let us all consult. My son and I will have the wind of you. Keep there. Now talk at pleasure. of your safety.
How many women saw this child of his?
Why, so brave lords, when we join in league, I am a lamb. But if you brave the moor, the chafed boar, the mountain lioness, the ocean swells not so as Aaron storms. But say again, how many saw the child?
Cornelia, the midwife, and myself, and none else but the delivered empress.
The empress, the midwife, and yourself, two may keep counsel when the third's away. Go to the empress, tell her this I said.
He kills her.
Weak, weak, so cries a pig, prepared to be spit.
What mean'st thou, Aaron? Wherefore didst thou this?
O Lord, sir, 'tis a deed of policy. Shall she live to betray this guilt of ours? A long-tongued babbling gossip? No, lords, no. And now be it known to you my full intent. No fair, one Maltese, my countryman. His wife but yesternight, was brought to bed. His child is like to her, fair as you are. Go, pack with them, and give the mother gold, and tell them both the circumstance of all. And how by this their child shall be advanced, and be received for the emperor's heir, and substituted in the place of mine, to calm this tempest whirling in the court. And let the emperor dawdle him for his own. Hark ye, lords. Ye see I have given her physic, and you must needs bestow her funeral. The fields are near, and you are gallant grooms. This done, see that you take no longer days, but send the midwife presently to me. The midwife and the nurse well made away. Then let the ladies tattle what they please.
Aaron, I see thou wilt not trust the air with secrets.
For this care of Tamara, herself and hers are highly bound to thee.
Exeunt.
Now, to the Goths. As swift as swallow flies, there to dispose this treasure in mine arms, and secretly to greet the emperor's friends. Come on, you thick-lipped slave, I'll bear you hence, for it is you that puts us to our shifts. I'll make you feed on berries and on roots, and feed on curds and whey, and suck the goat, and cabin in a cave, and bring you up to be a warrior, and command a camp.
Exit. Octus Quartus Sine Tertia. Enter Titus, old Marcus, young Lucius, and other gentlemen with bows, and Titus bears the arrows with letters on the ends of them.
Come, Marcus. Come, kinsman, this is the way. Sir boy, let me see your archery. Look ye draw home enough, and 'tis there straight. Terras Astrea relicat. Be you remembered, Marcus. She's gone. He's fled. Sirs, take you to your tools. You cousins shall go round, sound the ocean, and cast your nets. Haply you may find her in the sea. Yet there's as little justice as at land. No, Publius and Sempronius, you must do it. 'Tis you must dig with mattock and with spade, and pierce the inmost centre of the earth. Then when you come to Pluto's region, I pray you deliver him this petition. Tell him it is for justice and for aid, and that it comes from old Andronicus, shaken with sorrows in ungrateful Rome. Rome. Well, well, I made thee miserable. What time I threw the people's suffrages on him that thus doth tyrannize o'er me. Go, get you gone, and pray be careful all, and leave you not a man of war unsearched. This wicked emperor may have shipped her hence, and kinsman, then we may go pipe for justice.
Oh, Publius, is not this a heavy case, to see thy noble uncle thus distract? Therefore, my lords, it highly concerns us, by day and night to attend him carefully, and feed his humor kindly as we may, till time beget some careful remedy. Kinsman, his sorrows are past remedy. Join with the Goths, and with revengeful war wreak on Rome for this ingratitude, and vengeance on the traitor Saturnine.
Publius, how now? How now, my maesters? What, have you met with her?
No, my good lord, but Pluto sends you word. If you will have revenge from hell, you shall marry. For justice she is so employed. He thinks with Jove in heaven or somewhere else, so that perforce you must needs stay a time.
It doth me wrong to feed me with delays. I'll dive into the burning lake below and pull her out of Akron by the heels. Marcus, we are but shrubs, no cedars we, no big-boned men framed of the Cyclops size, but metal, Marcus, steel to the very back, yet wrung with wrongs more than our back can bear. And sith there's no justice in earth nor hell, we will solicit heaven and move the gods to send down justice for to wreak our wrongs. Come to this gear. You are a good archer, Marcus.
He gives them the arrows.
Ad Jovem, that's for you. Here, ad Apollonem, ad Martem, that's for myself. Here, boy, to Pallas, here to Mercury, to Saturnine, to Caius, not to Saturnine. You were as good to shoot against the wind. To it, boy. Marcus, loose when I bid. Of my word I have written to effect, there's not a god left unsolicited.
Kinsman, shoot all your shafts into the court. We will afflict the emperor in his pride.
Now, masters, draw. Oh, well said, Lucius. Good boy in Virgo's lap. Give it, Pallas.
My lord, I aim a mile beyond the moon. Your letter is with Jupiter by this.
Publius, Publius, what hast thou done? See, thou hast shot off one of Tara's horns.
This was the sport, my lord, when Publius shot. The bull, being galled, gave Ares such a knock that down fell both the ram's horns in the court, and who should find them but the empress villain? She laughed and told the Moor he should not choose, but give them to his master for a present.
Why, there he goes. Give your lordship joy.
Enter the clown with a basket and 2 pigeons in it.
News from heaven. Marcus, the post is come. Sirrah, what tidings? Have you any letters? Shall I have justice? What says Jupiter?
Poe the gibbet maker. He says that he has taken them down again, for the man must not be hanged till the next week.
But what says Jupiter, I ask thee?
Alas, sir, I know not Jupiter. I never drank with him in all my life.
Why, villain, art not thou the carrier?
I have my pigeon, sir, nothing else.
Why didst thou not come from heaven?
From heaven? Alas, sir, I never came there. God forbid I should be so bold to press to heaven in my young days. Why, I am going with my pigeons to the tribunal, plebs, to take up a matter of brawl betwixt my uncle and one of the imperial's men.
Why, sir, that is as fit as can be to serve for your oration, and let him deliver the pigeons to the emperor from you.
Tell me, can you deliver an oration to the emperor with a grace?
Nay, truly, sir, I could never say grace in all my life.
Sirrah, come hither. Make no more ado, but give your pigeons to the emperor. By me thou shalt have justice at his hands. Hold, hold. Meanwhile, here's money for thy charges. Give me pen and ink. Sirrah, can you with a grace deliver a supplication?
Aye, sir.
Then here is a supplication for you. And when you come to him at the first approach, you must kneel. Then kiss his foot, then deliver up your pigeons, and then look for your reward. I'll be at hand, sir. See you do it bravely.
I warrant you, sir, let me alone.
Sirrah, hast thou a knife? Come, let me see it. Here, Marcus, fold it in the oration, for thou hast made it like an humble suppliant. And when thou hast given it the emperor, knock at my door and tell me what he says.
God be with you, sir, I will.
Come, Marcus, let us go. Publius, follow me.
Exeunt. Enter Emperor, Empress, and her 2 sons. The emperor brings arrows in his hands that Titus shot at him.
Why, lords, what wrongs are these? Was ever seen an emperor in Rome thus overborne, troubled, confronted thus, and for the extent of legal justice used in such contempt? My lords, you know the mightiful gods, however these disturbers of our peace buzz in the people's ears, their naught has passed, but even with law, against the wilful sons of old Andronicus. And what, and if his sorrows have so overwhelmed his wits, shall we be thus afflicted in his wrecks, his fits, his frenzy, and his bitterness? And now he writes to heaven for his redress. See, here's to Jove, and this to Mercury, this to Apollo, this to the god of war. Sweet skulls to fly about the streets of Rome. What's this but libeling against the Senate, emblazoning our injustice everywhere? A goodly humor, is it not, my lords? As who would say in Rome no justice were? But if I live, his feigned ecstasies shall be no shelter to these outrages. But he and his shall know that justice lives in Saturnius' elf, whom if he sleep, he'll so awake as if in fury shall cut off the proudest conspirator that lives.
My gracious lord, my lovely Saturnine, lord of my life, commander of my thoughts, calm thee, and bear thee faults of Titus' rage, the effects of sorrow for his valiant sons, whose loss hath pierced him deep and scarred his heart, and rather comfort his distressed plight than prosecute the meanest or best for these contempts. Why, thus it shall become. I wooded Tamara to gloss withal. But, Titus, I have touched thee to the quick, thy life blood out. If Aaron now be wise, then all is safe, and anchors in the port. How now, good fellow? Wouldst thou speak with us?
Yea, forsooth, and your mistressship be imperial?
Empress I am, but yonder sits the emperor.
'Tis he. God and Saint Stephen give you good den. I have brought you a letter and a couple of pigeons here.
He
Go,
reads
take
the
him
letter.
away, and hang him presently.
How much money must I have?
Come, sir, you must be hanged.
Hanged? But lady, then I have brought up a neck to a fair end.
Exits.
Despiteful and intolerable wrongs, shall I endure this monstrous villainy? I know from whence this same device proceeds. May this be borne, as if treacherous sons that died by law for murder of our brother have by any means been butchered wrongfully? Go drag the villain hither by the hair. Nor age nor honor shall shape privilege for this proud mock. I'll be thy slaughter man, sly, frantic wretch. Thou helpest to make me great, in hope thyself would govern Rome and me.
Enter Nuncius Aemilius.
What news with thee, Aemilius?
My lords.
My lords, Rome never had more cause. The Goths have gathered head, and with the power of high-resolved men, bent to the spoil they hither march amain, under conduct of Lucius, son to old Andronicus. who threats in course of this revenge to do as much as ever Coriolanus did.
Is warlike Lucius general of the Goths? These tidings nip me, and I hang the head as flowers with frost, or grass beat down with storms. Aye, now begins our sorrows to approach. 'Tis he the common people love so much, myself hath often heard them say, when I have walked like a private man, that Lucius' banishment was wrongfully, and they have wished that Lucius were their emperor.
Why should you fear? Is not our city strong?
Aye, but the city and citizens favor Lucius and will revolt from me to succor him.
King, be thy thoughts imperious like thy name. Is the sun dimmed, that gnats do fly in it? The eagle suffers the little birds to sing, and is not careful what they mean thereby, knowing that with the shadow of his wings he can at pleasure stint their melody. Even so mayest thou, the giddy men of Rome, then cheer my spirit. For know thou, Emperor, I will enchant the old Andronicus with words more sweet and yet more dangerous than baits to fish, or honey stalks to sheep. Then as the one is wounded with the bait, the other rotted with delicious food.
But he will not entreat his son for us.
If Tamara entreat him, then he will. For I can smooth and fill his aged ear with golden promises, that were his heart almost impregnable, his old ears deaf, yet should both ear and heart obey my tongue. Go thou before to our ambassador, say that the emperor requests a parley of warlike Lucius, and appoint the meeting.
Emilius, do this message honorably, and if he stand in hostage for his safety, bid him demand what pledge will please him best.
Your bidding shall I do effectually.
Now will I to that old Andronicus, and temper him with all the art I have, to pluck proud Lucius from the warlike Goths, and now, sweet emperor, be blithe again, and bury all thy fear in my devices.
Then go successfully and plead for him.
Exit. Octus Quintus, flourish. Enter Lucius with an army of Goths with drum and soldiers.
Approved warriors, and my faithful friends, I have received letters from great Rome, which signifies what hate they bear our emperor, and how desirous of our sight they are. Therefore, great lords, be as your titles witness, imperious and impatient of your wrongs, and wherein Rome hath done you any scathe, let him make treble satisfaction.
These tidings nip me, and
Kitty, can you read the Goths?
Brave slip, sprung from the great Andronicus, whose name was once our terror, now our comfort, whose high exploits and honourable deeds ingrateful Rome requites with foul contempt. Beholding us, we'll follow where thou leadst, like stinging bees in hottest summer's day, led by their master to the flowered fields, and be avenged on cursed Tamara. And as he saith, so say we all with him.
I humbly thank him, and I thank you all. But who comes here, led by a lusty Goth?
Enter a Goth leading of Aaron with his child in his arms. Renowned Lucius, from our troops I strayed to gaze upon a ruinous monastery, and as I earnestly did fix mine eye upon the wasted building, suddenly I heard a child cry underneath a wall, and made unto the noise, when soon I heard the crying babe controlled with this discourse: Peace, tawny slave, half me and half thy dam. Did not thy hue bewray whose brat thou art? Had nature lent thee but thy mother's look, villain, thou mightst have been an emperor. But where the bull and cow are both milk white, they never do beget a coal-black calf. Peace, villain, peace, even thus he rates the babe. For I must bear thee to a trusty Goth, who, when he knows thou art the empress, babe, will hold thee dearly for thy mother's sake. With this My weapon drawn, I rushed upon him, surprised him suddenly, and brought him hither, to use as you think needful of the man.
O worthy Goth, this is the incarnate devil that robbed Andronicus of his good hand. This is the pearl that pleased your empress' eye, and here's the base fruit of his burning lust. Say, wall-eyed slave, whether wouldst thou convey this growing image of thy fiend-like face? Why dost not speak? What, deaf? Not a word. A halter, soldiers. Hang him on this tree, and by his side his fruitive bastardy.
That's not the boy. He is of royal blood.
Too like the sire forever being good. First hang the child, that he may see it sprawl, a sight to vex the father's soul withal.
Get me a ladder, Lucius. Save the child, and bear it from me to the empress. If thou do this, I'll shew thee wondrous things that highly may advance thee to hear. If thou wilt not, befall what may befall. I'll speak no more, but vengeance wrought you all.
Say on, and if it please me which thou speakest, thy child shall live, and I will see it nourished.
And if it please thee, why, assure thee, Lucius, 'twill vex thy soul to hear what I shall speak. For I must talk of murders, rapes, and massacres, acts of black night, abominable deeds, complots of mischief, treason, villainies, rueful to hear, yet piteously performed. And this shall all be buried in my death, unless thou swear to me my child shall live.
Tell on thy mind. I say thy child shall live.
Swear that he shall, and then I will begin.
Who should I swear by? Thou believest no God. That granted, how canst thou believe an oath?
What if I do not, as I indeed do not? Yet for I know thou art religious, and hast a thing within thee called conscience, with 20 popish trickles and ceremonies, which I have seen thee careful to observe. Therefore, I urge thy oath, for that I know an idiot holds his bauble for a god, and keeps the oath, which by that god he swears. To that I'll urge him. Therefore thou shalt vow by the same God, what God soe'er it be, that thou adorest and hast in reverence to save my boy, to nourish him and bring him up, or else I will discover not to thee.
Even by my God, I swear to thee I will.
First, know thou, I begot him on the empress.
Oh, most insatiate, luxurious woman.
Tut, Lucius. This was but a deed of charity. To that which thou shalt hear of me anon, 'twas her 2 sons that murdered Basimus. They cut thy sister's tongue, and ravished her, and cut her hands off, and trimmed her as thou sawest.
Oh, detestable villainy. Callest thou that trimming?
Why, she was washed, and cut, and trimmed, and 'twas trim sport for them that had the doing of it.
Oh, barbarous, beastly villains like thyself.
Indeed, I was their tutor to instruct them that coding spirit had they from their mother, as sure a card as ever on the set. That bloody mind, I think they learned of me, as true a dog as ever fought at head. Well, let my deeds be witness of my worth. I trained thy brethren to that guileful hole where the dead corpse of Bestinus lay. I wrote the letter that thy father found, and hid the gold within the letter mentioned, confederate with the queen and her 2 sons. And what not done, that thou hast cause to rue, wherein I had no stroke of mischief in it. I played the cheater for thy father's hand, and when I had it, drew myself apart and almost broke my heart with extreme laughter. I pried me through the crevice of a wall, when for his hand he had his 2 sons' head. He held his tears and laughed so heartily that both mine eyes were rain like to his. And when I told the Empress of this sport, she sounded almost pleased at my pleasing tale. And for my tidings, gave me 20 kisses.
What? Canst thou say all this and never blush?
I, like a black dog, as the saying is.
Art thou not sorry for these heinous deeds?
I, that had I not done 1,000 more. Even now I curse the day. And yet I think few come within few compass of my curse, wherein I did not some notorious ill, as kill a man, or even devise his death, ravish a maid, or plot the way to do it, accuse some innocent, and forswear myself set deadly enmity between 2 friends, make poor men cattle break their necks, set fire on barns and haystacks in the night, and bid the owners quench them with their tears. Oft have I digged up dead men from their graves and set them upright at their dear friend's door, even when their sorrows almost was forgot, and their skins, as of the bark of trees, have with my knife carved in Roman letters, "Let not your sorrows die, though I am dead." Tut. I have done 1,000 dreadful things, as willingly as one would kill a fly, and nothing grieves me heartily indeed. But that I cannot do 10,000 more.
Bring down the devil, for he must not die so sweet a death as hanging presently.
If there be devils, would I were a devil, to live and burn in everlasting fire, so I might have your company in hell, but to torment you with my bitter tongue.
Sirs, stop his mouth, and let him speak no more.
Enter Emilius. My lord, there is a messenger from Rome desires to be admitted to your presence.
Let him come near. Welcome, Emilius. What's the news from Rome? Lord Lucius, and you princes of the Goths, the Roman emperor greets you all by me, and for he understands you are in arms, he craves a parley at your father's house, willing you to demand your hostages, and they shall be immediately delivered.
What says our general? You're muted, Michael.
Emilius, let the emperor give his pledges unto my father and my uncle Marcus, and we will come. March away.
Flourish, exeunt. Sena Secunda, enter Tamra and her 2 sons, disguised.
Thus, in this strange and sad habiliment, I will encounter with Andronicus and say, I am revenge sent from below to join with them and right his heinous wrongs. Knock at his study where they say he keeps, to ruminate strange plots of dire revenge. Tell him revenge has come to join with him and work confusion on his enemies.
They knock, and Titus opens his study door.
Who doth molest my contemplation? Is it your trick to make me ope the door, that so my sad decrees may fly away, and all my study be to no effect? You are deceived, for what I mean to do, see here in bloody lines I have set down, and what is written shall be executed.
Titus, I am come to talk with thee.
No, not a word. How can I grace my talk, wanting a hand to give it action? Thou hast the odds of me, therefore no more.
If thou didst know me, thou wouldst talk with me.
I am not mad. I know thee well enough. Witness this wretched stump. Witness these crimson lines. Witness these trenches made by grief and care. Witness the tiring day and heavy night. Witness all sorrow that I know thee well for our proud empress, mighty Tamara. Is not thy coming for my other hand?
No, thou sad man, I am not Tamara. She is thine enemy, and I thy friend. I am revenge sent from the infernal kingdom to ease the gnawing vulture of the mind by working wreakful vengeance on my foes. Come down and welcome me to this world's light. Confer with me of murder and of death. There's not a hollow cave or a lurking place, no vast obscurity or misty veil where bloody murder or detested rape can couch for fear, but I will find them out. And in their ears tell them my dreadful name, revenge, which makes the foul offenders quake.
Art thou revenge? And art thou sent to me to be a torment to mine enemies?
I am, therefore come down and welcome me.
Do me some service ere I come to thee. Lo, by thy side where rape and murder stands. Now give some assurance that thou art revenge. Stab them, or tear them on thy chariot wheels, and then I'll come and be thy waggoner, and whirl along with thee about the globes. Provide thee 2 proper palfreys, as black as jet, to hail thy vengeful waggons swift away, and find out murder in their guilty cares. And when thy car is laden with their heads, I will dismount, and by the wagon wheel trot like a servile footman all day long, even from the Eptons rising in the east, until his very downfall in the sea, and day by day I'll do this heavy task, so thou destroy rapine and murder there.
These are my ministers, and come with me.
They are thy ministers? What are they called?
Rape and murder, therefore called so, 'cause they take vengeance on such kind of men.
'Tis good Lord, how like the Empress' sons they are, and you the Empress. But we worldly men have miserable, mad, mistaking eyes. Oh, sweet revenge, now do I come to thee, and if one arm's embracement will content thee, I will embrace thee in it, and by.
Disclosing with him fits his lunacy. Whate'er I forge to feed his brain-sick fits, do you uphold and maintain in your speeches. For now he firmly takes me for revenge, and being credulous in this mad thought, I'll make him send for Lucius his son, and whilst I at a banquet hold him sure, I'll find some cunning practice out of hand to scatter and disperse the giddy Goths, or at the least make them his enemies. See, here he comes, and I must play the theme.
Long have I been forlorn, and all for thee. Welcome, dread fury, to my woeful house. Rapine and murder, you are welcome too. How like the Empress and her sons you are! Well are you fitted. Had you but a Moor, could not all hell afford you such a devil? For well I wrote the Empress never wags, but in her company there is a Moor. And would you represent our queen aright if it were convenient you had such a devil? but welcome as you are. What shall we do?
What wouldst thou have us do, Andronicus?
Show me a murderer, I'll deal with him.
Show me a villain that has done a rape, and I am sent to be revenged on him.
Show me 1,000 that have done thee wrong, and I'll be revenged on them all.
Look round about the wicked streets of Rome, and when thou find'st a man that's like thyself, good murder, stab him. He's a murderer. Go thou with him, and when it is thy hap to find another that is like to thee, good rapine, stab him. He is a ravisher. Go thou with them, and in the emperor's court there is a queen, tended by a Moor. Well mayst thou know her by thy own proportion, for up and down she doth resemble thee. I pray thee, do on them some violent death. They have been violent to me and mine.
Well hast thou lessoned us, and this shall we do. But would it please thee, good Andronicus, to send for Lucius, thy thrice valiant son, who leads toward Rome a band of warlike Goths, and bid him come and banquet at thy house? When he is here, even at thy solemn feast, I will bring in the empress and her sons, the emperor himself, and all thy foes, and at thy mercy shall they stoop and kneel, and on them shalt thou ease thy angry heart. What says Andronicus to this device?
Enter Marcus. Marcus, my brother, 'tis sad Titus calls. Go, gentle Marcus, to thy nephew Lucius. Thou shalt enquire him out among the Goths. Bid him repair to me, and bring with him some of the chiefest princes of the Goths. Bid him encamp his soldiers where they are. Tell him the emperor, and his empress too, feasts at my house, and he shall feast with them. This do thou for my love, and so let him as he regards his aged father's life.
This will I do, and soon return again.
Now will I hence about thy business, and take my ministers along with me.
Nay, nay, let rape and murder stay with me, or else I'll call my brother back again, and cleave to no revenge but Lucius.
What say you, boys? Will you bide with him whilst I go tell my lord the emperor how I have governed our determined jest? Yield to his humor, smooth and speak him fair, and tarry with him until I turn again.
I know them all, though they suppose me mad, and will o'erreach them in their own devices. A pair of cursed hellhounds and their dam.
Madam departed pleasure. Leave us here.
Farewell, Andronicus. Revenge now goes to lay a complot to betray thy foes.
I know thou dost, and sweet revenge, farewell.
Tell us, old man, how shall we be employed?
Tch, I have work enough for you to do. Publius, come hither, Caius and Valentine.
Is that me?
What is your will?
Know you these two?
The emperor's sons, I take them. It's the emperor's sons, I take them. Chiron, Demetrius.
Fie, Publius, fie, thou art too much deceived. The one is murder, rape, the other's name, and therefore bind them, gentle Publius. Caius and Valentine, lay hands on them. Oft have you heard me wish for such an hour, and now I find them. Therefore bind them sure.
Villains forbear, we are the emperor's sons.
And therefore do we what we are commanded. Stop, close their mouths, let them not speak a word. Is he sure bound? Look that you bind them fast. Exeunt.
Come, Lavinia, look, thy foes are bound. Sirs, stop their mouths, let them not speak to me, but let them hear what fearful words I utter. O villains, Chiron and Demetrius, here stands the spring whom you have stained with mud, this goodly summer with your winter mixed. You killed her husband, and for that vile fault 2 of her brothers were condemned to death, my hand cut off, and made a merry jest, both her sweet hands, her tongue, and that more dear than hands or tongue, her spotless chastity. Human traitors, you constrained and forced. What would you say if I should let you speak? Villains, for shame you could not beg for grace. Hark, wretches, how I mean to martyr you. This one hand yet is left to cut your throats, and whilst the Lavinia tweet her stumps doth hold the basin that receives your guilty blood, you know your mother means to feast with me, and calls herself Revenge, and thinks me mad. Hark, villains, I will grind your bones to dust, and with your blood and it I'll make a paste, and of the paste a coffin I will rear, and make 2 pasties of your shameful heads, and bid that strumpet, your unhallowed dam, like to the earth, swallow her increase. This is the feast that I have bid her to, and this is the banquet she shall surfeit on. For worse than Philomel you used my daughter, and worse than prone I will be revenged. And now I prepare your throats. Lavinia, come, receive the blood, and when that they are dead, let me go grind their bones to powder small, and with this hateful liquor temper it, and in that paste let their vile heads be baked. Come, come, be every one officious to make this banquet, which I wish might prove more stern and bloody than the centaur's feast.
He cuts their throats.
Now bring them in, for I'll play the cook and see them ready 'gainst their mother comes.
Exeunt. Actus Quintus Scena Tertia. Enter Lucius, Marcus, and the Goths.
Uncle Marcus, since 'tis my father's mind that I repair to Rome, I am content.
And ours shall with thine befall what fortune will.
Good uncle, take you in this barbarous Moor, this ravenous tiger, this accursed devil. Let him receive no sustenance. Fetter him, till he be brought into the emperor's face, for testimony of our foul proceedings. And see the ambush of our friends be strong, if e'er the emperor means no good to us.
Some devil whisper curses in my ear, and prompt me that my tongue may utter forth the venomous malice from my swelling heart.
Away, inhumane dog, unhallowed slave. Sirs, help our uncle to convey him in. The
Flourish.
trumpets show the emperor is at hand.
Sound trumpets, enter, emperor, empress, with tribunes and others. Jackie?
Yes, I'm coming on. Wait a second.
Cool.
It's not blinking. Wait. What hath the firmament more sons than one?
What boots it thee to call thyself a son?
Rome's emperor and nephew break the parley. These quarrels must be quietly debated. The feast is ready, which the careful Titus hath ordained to an honorable end, for peace, for love, for league, and good to Rome. Please you therefore draw nigh and take your places.
Marcus, we will.
Ho, boys, a table brought in, enter Titus like a cook, placing the meat on the table, and Lavinia with a veil over her face.
Welcome, my gracious lord, welcome, dread queen, welcome, you warlike Goths, welcome, Lucius, and welcome all. Although the cheer be poor, 'twill fill your stomachs. Please, you eat of it.
Why art thou thus attired, Andronicus?
Because I would be sure to have all well to entertain your highness and your empress.
We are beholding to you, good Andronicus.
And if your highness knew my heart, you were. My lord the emperor resolved me this. Was it well done of rash Virginius to slay his daughter with his own right hand because she was enforced, stained, and deflowered?
It was Andronicus,
Your reason, mighty lord?
because the girl should not survive her shame, and by her presence still renew his sorrows.
A reason mighty, strong, and effectual, a pattern, precedent, and lively warrant, for me most wretched to perform the like. Die, die, Lavinia, and thy shame with thee, and with thy shame thy father's sorrow die.
He kills her.
What hast thou done, unnatural and unkind?
Killed her for whom my tears have made me blind. I am as woeful as Virginius was, and have 1,000 times more cause than he.
What, was she ravished? Tell, who did the deed?
Oh, well, please you eat, will please your highness feed.
Why hast thou slain thine only daughter?
Not I. 'Twas Chiron and Demetrius that ravished her and cut away her tongue, and 'twas they that did her all this wrong.
Oh, go fetch them hither to us presently.
Why, there are they both, baked in that pie whereof their mother daintily hath fed, eating the flesh that she herself hath bred. 'Tis true, 'tis true. Witness my knive's sharp point.
He stabs the empress.
Die, frantic wretch, for this accursed deed.
In the son's eye, behold his father bleed. There's meed for meed, death for a deadly deed.
He stabs Saturninus. You sad-faced men, people, and sons of Rome, by uproar severed like a fight of fowls, scattered by winds and high tempestuous gusts. Oh, let me teach you how to knit again this scattered corn into one mutual sheaf, these broken limbs again into one body. Let Rome herself be bane unto herself, and she whom mighty kingdoms cursey do, like a forlorn and desperate castaway, do shameful execution on herself. But if my frosty signs and chaps of age, grave witnesses of true experience, cannot induce you to attend my words, speak, Rome's dear friend, as erst our ancestor, when with his solemn tongue he did discourse to love-sick Dido's sad attending ear, the story of that baleful burning night, when subtle Greeks surprised King Priam's Troy. Tell us what Sinon hath bewitched our ears, or who hath brought the fatal engine in that gives our Troy, our Rome, the civil wound. My heart is not compact of flint nor steel, nor can I utter all our bitter grief, but floods of tears will drown my oratory and break my very utterance, even in the time when it should move you to attend me most. Lending your kind hand commiseration, here is a captain, let him tell the tale. Your hearts will throb and weep to hear him speak.
This noble auditory, be it known to you, that cursed Chiron and Demetrius were they that murdered our emperor's brother, and they it were that ravished our sister. For their fell faults our brothers were beheaded, our father's tears despised, and basely cozened, of that true hand that fought Rome's quarrel out, and sent her enemies unto the grave. Lastly, myself unkindly banished, the gates shut on me, and turned weeping out, to beg relief among Rome's enemies, who drowned their enmity in my true tears, and oped their arms to embrace me as a friend. And I am turned forth, be it known to you, that have preserved her welfare in my blood, and from her bosom took the enemy's point, sheathing the steel in my adventurous body. Alas, you know, I am no vaunter, my scars can witness, dumb although they are, that my report is just and full of truth. But soft, methinks I do digress too much, citing my worthless praise. Oh, pardon me, for when no friends are by, men praise themselves.
Now is my turn to speak. Behold this child. Of this was Tamra delivered. The issue of an irreligious Moor, chief architect and plotter of these woes. The villain is alive in Titus' house, and as he is to witness this is true. Now judge what course had Titus to revenge these wrongs, unspeakable past patience, or more than any living man could bear. Now you have heard the truth. What say you, Romans? Have we done aught amiss? Show us wherein, and from the place where you behold us now, the poor remainder of Andronici will hand in hand all headlong cast us down, and on the ragged stones beat forth our brains, and make a mutual closure of our house. Speak, Romans, speak, and if you say we shall, lo, hand in hand, Lucius and I will fall. Come, come, thou reverent man of Rome, and bring our emperor gently in thy hand. Lucius, our emperor, for well I know the common voice do cry it shall be so. Lucius, all hail, Rome's royal emperor. Go, go into old Titus' sorrowful house, and hither hail that misbelieving Moor, to be adjudged some direful slaughtering death as punishment for his most wicked life. Lucius, all hail to Rome's gracious governor.
Thanks, gentle Romans, may I govern so, to heal Rome's harms and wipe away her woe. But, gentle people, give me Amy a while, for nature puts me to a heavy task. Stand all aloof, but uncle, draw you near, to shed obsequious tears upon this trunk. Oh, take this warm kiss upon thy pale cold lips, these sorrowful drops upon thy blood-slain face, the last true duties of thy noble son.
Tear for tear, and loving kiss for kiss, thy brother Marcus tenders on thy lips. Oh, were the sum of these that I should pay, countless and infinite, yet I would pay them.
Come hither, boy, come, come, and learn of us to melt in showers. Thy grandsire loved thee well. Many a time he danced thee on his knee, sung thee asleep, his loving breast, thy pillow. Many a matter hath he told to thee, meet and agreeing with thine infancy. In that respect, then, like a loving child, shed yet some small drops from thy tender spring, because kind nature doth require it so. Friends should associate friends in grief and woe. Bid him farewell, commit him to the grave, do him that kindness, and take leave of him.
Oh, grandsire, grandsire, even with all my heart when I were dead, see you to live again. O Lord, I cannot speak to him for weeping. My tears will choke me if I open my mouth.
You, sad Andronici, have done with woes. Give sentence on this execrable wretch that hath been breeder of these dire events.
Set him breast deep in earth, and famish him. There let him stand, and rave, and cry for food. If anyone relieves him, or pities him, for the offense, he dies. This is our doom. Some stay to see him fastened in the earth.
You're muted, Jacob.
Oh, why should wrath be mute, fury dumb? I am no baby, I that with base prayers should repent the evils I have done. 10,000 worse than ever yet I did. Would I perform if I might have my will? If one good deed in all my life I did, I do repent it from my very soul.
Some loving friends convey the emperor hence, and give him burial in his father's grave. My father and Lavinia shall forthwith be closed in our household's monument. As for that heinous tiger Tamara, no funeral rite, nor man in mournful weeds, no mournful bell shall ring her burial, but throw her forth to beasts and birds of prey. Her life was beast-like, and devoid of pity, and being so, shall have like want of pity. See justice done on Aaron that damned Moor, from whom our heavy haps had their beginning. Then afterwards, to order well the state, that like events may never it ruinate.
Exeunt omnes.
God, it's gory.
Well done, everyone. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, this play does have quite a lot of
And
quite a
it's
lot
an
of
early
death.
one.
Yeah, it's that first tragedy.
Yeah. Sort of seeing how far he
lots
could
of
get away
blood.
with it, you know.
Yeah.
It was also his most popular. This got done the most.
They love the blood and thunder.
That's not necessarily true. I don't really believe that's true. That's just what they had in Shakespeare in Love, But the John Webster got off on it, having a little joke on that because John Webster then wrote some other ones. I think there's some interesting things in terms of the folio in that this was also published in quarto, and that you get the sense that he rewrote the plays over time because in the quarto there's not the banquet scene where he kills the fly, which I just think is such a great thing. And it sort of seems to me it's like something like I think it was probably Burbage was probably Titus, and I suspect Shakespeare may have been Marcus. I mean, even from some of the things of like not giving himself like the stage direction at the beginning to say that he's speaking because it's like he knows it, But and that something like that happened with the fly, and it sort of happened one time in performance. It's like, oh, I got to get that in the script, and that's what it is. And another interesting thing about Titus is the picture that I sent that for set up for like the Facebook event is this drawing by Peacham, which shows sort of like the opening scene with these guards and with some people in Roman things, but also other people just in sort of contemporary clothes at the time, which sort of showed that they would sort of have a suggestion of period, but not everything in because they wouldn't have loads of Roman costumes for that. But thank you all so much. Any other observations or things you'd like to share?
Isn't it the same with Hamlet, Paul, that we don't really know what the final version was because it went on tour, and some of the versions we have are the touring version, and it's so long that they couldn't have done it at the Globe because it would be pitch dark by the time they finished.
Yeah. Well, it's probably a compilation of the different quartos.
Yeah.
And that it's like, all right, they just wanted to make sure that all of it, I would say they probably wanted to just make sure that all of the versions were preserved. And so they just put it all in.
Which is great. Yeah.
I liked it better. I usually don't like this play. I was in a show where we did live off the book of it, and I was always unhappy because they cut her tongue off. It was the play always bad.
Oh, yeah.
Because the actress was so good, she touched me, and I believed it, and I'd never wanted to go near this play. And this is the first time in years I have, and I actually liked it this time. I think some of it is so poetic, some of the writing.
Well, it is.
Aaron's writing, a lot of it is so, and everybody did a beautiful job. But I really liked it. It's sad, and they do terrible things to each other, but yet it's quite nicely written.
I did a live instant Shakespeare of this once at that, is it the Pleasant Town Theatre on the Southwest? And the girl who played Lavinia, you did great as Lavinia, Jennifer.
Thanks.
I'd never met her before. And when it did all the stuff where I'm talking to her and she's waving handless arms, she was absolutely brilliant. And
that's what happened to me. It really hit you. That
blew me out the water.
Does it well, yeah.
I was once in a Bear Bard production of it at Shakespeare and Company back when they were at the Mount, and we did it cross-gender. so that all the men's parts were played by women, and the few women's parts were played by men. And actually, the Alan Burrows, who's the current artistic director, he played Tamara. So that was that, and I got to play Lucius, which is great because
Yeah.
Lucius wins.
You were so great today. I haven't seen you in a long
He
time.
doesn't
It's
just
so
win,
nice to
he's
have
about
you.
the only one that survives.
Yeah.
And
You know, it
also,
was-
my favorite line of all time has got to be "Alarbus' limbs are lopped." I love that. And oh my God, Jacob, I love the fact you had so much fun. You had so much fun. That was so delicious. It was so, it was great.
Lovely. Yeah. Yeah, Aaron's a great part. I mean, it really is.
Oh
It
yeah.
was really striking. I thought it was a really striking role because at first when I was like kind of like getting into it, I was like, am I the bad guy in this, Loki? But then I thought about it from I feel like Aaron's perspective as well. There's like he just has so much like hatred toward these people. I mean,
yeah.
for like subjugating him, for putting him in this position. Like he loves this woman, and his woman's just got kids just got killed, and he's like, well, that's I have to then kill, I have to make or get revenge. I have to make revenge happen. And it happens like, and it was just in the craziest, worst possible way it could have occurred. And it was actually the one part that really, when that son, when his son was brought into that room, I was just so struck and taken aback and like so. I mean, because it just like, I guess it almost all came around in some way. It was a very striking moment for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you finally have something that's more important to you than yourself.
Right.
My wife used Tamara's speech, the one that ends and tore his country's bowels out, the big Tamara speech. She's been using that as an audition piece for the last 40 years. There's some great roles.
Oh, I'm still off. I didn't realize I'm not on. Everybody's on. I'm not on.
Yeah.
There you are,
Now I'm
Jackie.
on. There I am. Yeah, I'm sorry. The last part, it flickered on, it flickered off, and I almost missed it, and then I get killed.
Well, that
I
was a
hate
good
that
one,
part where
guys.
they make you eat that stuff. If I wanted to do that, what have I done? What have I eat?
I'd love to see how he actually staged it. There are two Shakespeare plays that I'd love to see how he staged. This one, because it's so technical and there's so many clever bits in it, and you wonder how they did it. And the other one is The Tempest, which was never done at the Globe. It was only done at the Blackfriars. I'd love to see how they did that.
Yes.
What happened with the baby? Did that work at all? Was it a mess? I didn't know if, because I couldn't see.
No, it was great. No, it looked good.
Could you see it a little bit?
Oh,
okay. Yeah, okay.
Enough to get the idea.
Because it was hard to pass it to him. He and I didn't work on it before.
No, well,
okay.
Well,
I
it is
was wondering
instant
if it read at all, because I tried to,
Well, it is instant Shakespeare, Jackie. I mean, but it worked. Yeah.
No, okay. I was just a little worried about that.
No. Okay, guys.
All righty.
All right. Thank you all so much.
Bye-bye.
Good job.
Thank
We
you.
got
I enjoyed
three live
listening
ones
to you
coming up
all.
next.
Everybody was so wonderful. It was really a pleasure
fun.
to
I have to
Really
put
was,
my
yeah.
granddaughter to bed now.
Okay. Bye,
Yes.
everybody.
Okay.
Thank you
Take
all.
care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Okay.
it.
Bye.
Bye
Good job,
bye.
everybody.
Thank you, everybody. I need to. Oh gosh.
Bye.
All right, Mr. Paul. It was fun. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.